This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
This episode is brought to you by Harry's Shavers. There'll be a deal, but
It's for later.
it's not a big deal. No, it's a big
It's a very big deal.
We'll do it later, won't we?
Okay, cool.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Mason, it's the Weekly Planet. We're here.
Yes.
But because, as is tradition, though we didn't do it last year, when it's your birthday, you get to do the introduction.
Oh, I forgot about that. All right.
As a gift. It's my
Oh,
gift to
I
you.
don't like it though. It's bad. Anyway, happy birthday to me. Hey everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Weekly Planet. Fisher Podcast, thecomicbookmovie.com. It's me, Meso. And as always, a man who constantly throws me under the bus. It's James, Mr. Sunday Movies.
Hey, I'm also here.
Yeah, I'm here. I got a dog here.
You do.
It's pretty good.
It's a birthday dog. You can keep that dog.
Oh, for
That's
my
a
birthday.
gift. Yeah, you get two gifts.
She seems more trouble than she's worth, if I'm honest.
Jeez. All right. So we've got a bit of bad news to start off with. There's a bit of bad news this week.
My
in
birthday's
general.
good news, all right?
Okay, you're right. Moving into your late 30s is good news.
I'm still in... No, wait. I'm in my
You're still mid 30s.
later middle 30s.
Yeah,
I'm
I guess.
36.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to sort of think of that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Wow, you're 36. That's crazy.
Oh, no.
It's weird because I knew you when you weren't 36, you know?
That's true, yeah. Oh, memories.
What an era.
I've also known you when you're not 36.
That's correct, yeah. All right, so Roger Moore passed
Anyway, bit of banter. And
Bit of
now
bloody banter.
Now bad news.
Yeah, that's right. Roger Moore's passed away at the age of 89.
Very sad.
Short battle with cancer. I mean, 89 is a good innings.
Yeah.
Maybe not in Hollywood.
Well, as we say every week, people have emailed in and they're like, stop talking about how ages are good or bad for Hollywood. Like, we'll be like, 60, that's not good for Hollywood years. We don't know. We just need something to say, all right?
That's it.
Anyway, the first of the Bonds to die.
Yeah, which is
is a
crazy,
shame. Yeah.
right? Yeah. Well, is he
The oldest,
I think he's
I
the
think.
oldest, yeah.
Yeah.
So Sean Connery would have to be, 2 years younger than him, maybe?
Something like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Connery's been quiet. I don't know whether... Well, Sean Connery's obviously retired. But
Yes.
what's he doing? Like, is he...
I imagine him beekeeping.
Okay, right, yeah.
Angrily. He's angrily beekeeping is what he's doing.
Just, like, shaking the,
Yeah, I
the
think so,
hives.
Yeah.
Not in a suit? Just
Yeah, no, just in a kilt and a jumper, probably.
But yeah, Roger Moore, he bought a different take to Bond.
He was the smoothest and funnest Bond, probably.
He was definitely the
and the most
funnest.
ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they're like, look, we got a solid action comedic performer here. Let's make all the movies he's in really ridiculous. So we had. I think his high point for me was The Spy Who Loved Me, where of course we have a.
Is that the first one he did?
No, it's like the middle. The first one he did was Live and Let Die.
That's right, yeah.
But it was like it was the one where we have an evil mastermind attempting to build a colony under the sea, and then destroy humanity on the surface world with nuclear weapons.
Makes
and
sense.
of course we had the Lotus Esprit that turns into a
sub,
submarine.
that's right.
Pretty
That was a big
exciting.
deal at the
We had
time.
Jaws.
Yep, we had Jaws.
Great stuff.
Did Jaws carry over a few movies, didn't he?
Yes, he was in Moonraker as
yeah,
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Moonraker's no good. Or is it?
Look.
You know what? I haven't watched all the Connery Bonds, but I have watched all the Roger
We
Moore
watched them
ones.
together.
Yeah, because they're fun.
They're fun, yeah.
They're ridiculous and they're fun, and
Yeah.
and he's great. So I like that he is a different Bond than Connery and Dalton. I think he kind of set the tone for a shifting Bond, because I feel like Lazenby.
Yep.
Well, I haven't actually seen that movie, but Lazenby is just Sean Connery light.
Yeah, he is. I agree.
But Roger Moore is his own thing.
That's true, yeah.
He's his own man.
Ah,
he took on the
always
role when
smooth.
he was like 46 as well.
Yeah,
He
he'd
was
also
oldest
prior to
Bond.
that he'd also been the Saint
Yes.
on TV. Yeah,
I think he
so-
was originally considered for Bond like early on as well, but he couldn't do it for whatever other
Well, I
reason.
say they should cast him as Bond. I think he'd be good.
You're
at
okay with it?
Yeah. So this is. I thought I'd heard all the Bonds, like all the Roger Moore stories,
Yeah.
or all the Bond anecdotes. But this was a new one. So this was passed around the internet, so you may have seen it. But there's a filmmaker called Mark Haynes. He's like a documentary filmmaker.
Yep.
And when he was 7,
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
I did
in
hear this, yeah.
he was in an airport in Nice, in an airport like lounge, and with his grandpa, and he saw over the other side of the lounge, or the waiting area, he saw James Bond, and he's like, oh my God, he's seen James Bond on the TV, and he's like, I gotta go meet James Bond. So the grandpa takes him over, and he's like, my son says you're famous. Like, he didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
Son says you're famous. Can he have your autograph? And then sits him down, he asks him his name, and he shakes his hand, and he signs the autograph, and then they go away, and the kid looks down, and he sees the autograph doesn't say James Bond, it says Roger Moore, and he's like, what's going on here, kind of thing. And so he goes back over to Roger Moore, and he's like, what's happening here? And Roger Moore's like, look, you're right, you've got
Get
me.
out of here.
You've got me here. But I have to sign. It's me, James Bond, but I have to sign my name as Roger Moore because anyone here could be an agent of Blofeld, kind of thing. And the kid's like, "Oh my god, I'm helping out James Bond." Yeah. And he goes back and he tells his grandpa, "No, it's correct. This is correct.
Yeah,
this autograph is correct." Several decades later, this man Mark Haynes is working on a documentary for UNICEF because Roger Moore famously worked for UNICEF for many years for a salary of $1 a year.
That's not very good, is it?
No, it's not. It's quite
Especially
bad.
after tax as well.
Yeah, I know, right? And he goes up to Roger Moore and he says, "Listen, you probably don't remember this, but I was in an airport in Nice. I met you. You were very nice. Anyway, I just wanted to say hello," kind of thing. And Roger Moore's like, "Listen, I don't remember that, but I'm glad you got to meet James Bond." Anyway, the day of shooting ends and the guy's leaving for his car. Roger Moore sidles up to him and says, "Look, of course I remember our meeting in Nice. But I couldn't say in there because Agents of Blofeld could be anywhere."
Amazing.
30 years he waited.
Yeah. The long con.
Yep, very good.
Yeah, good on him. So, yeah, he'll obviously be missed. What a legacy, though. All-round good bloke. Kept his hair.
He sure did.
So,
Yeah.
Good on him, yeah. Did you ever see The Saint? I haven't seen
Yeah,
The
it
Saint,
used to be on, like... It was one of those ones that was on at like 4:30 in the afternoon. Like, so you'd get home from school and watch an episode of The Saint or the original Avengers.
Sure,
the John Steed, Emma Peel Avengers.
Did you see Val Kilmer's The Saint? Cold Fusion.
I don't know if I did.
Yeah. It's
Did
no
you?
good.
Okay.
He does a good Australian accent.
Is he Australian?
No. But he's the Saint. He can be Australian.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Yeah.
He has many vague powers.
That's it. You want some good news?
Yes.
James Wan
Yes.
to produce a Resident Evil reboot.
Ooh. Reboot.
Yeah. We're
All
done.
right.
Remember there was...
No.
Everybody got cloned.
Yep.
Everybody got run over by a tank or
On
something.
board, sure, yep.
Seven was the last one, I want
No,
to say.
but then after that, she was like, "But there's still more work to be done. I'm going to keep driving this way and fight
Right.
more flying dragon zombies
That's
or whatever."
true.
So,
But
are
I
we
think-
just going to leave Mila Jovovich hanging?
Yes.
We're just going to leave Alice out in the wilderness?
Yes.
Oh, cool,
What do you
alright.
want Alice to do?
No,
What do you-
exactly. There's no more for her to do.
She's going to be scissor kicking rubber dogs until the end of time.
That's
Don't
right.
worry about that.
Yeah, you're right.
I think they want to reboot it. I'm guessing. I don't know this.
Yes.
To make it more in line with the games. Because the movies
Yeah.
have nothing to do with the games.
No, that's true. They took a sharp left turn about 4 movies ago when they destroyed the entire world and made it a desert.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then, yeah, you're right. And you can't turn it back in now because there's no way. You can't rebuild society and bring back the billions of people that died.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Exactly, because there was like 5,000 people left on Earth, remember? There was
Yeah.
a countdown timer of
It was
people.
really specific.
It was
How are they
very-
counting that?
Who knows? And also, if you're in the army, like you're one of the few people left, why are you volunteering to go and shoot the remaining people on Earth?
Yeah, right.
Who's going to buy all the viruses if you shoot all the people?
Yes.
We've talked about this.
That's right.
Anyway,
Reboot. Okay, that's fine.
I like James Wan.
Do you think it's going to be like the original, like the very original
Yes.
game where it's like 2 people investigating a house?
Yeah, I think it'll be absolutely
right.
be that. Yeah,
And it's a regular house. It's not a house that's also a super secret government
it's got a giant underground facility.
with lasers and artificial intelligence
Yeah.
children and dogs ready to be scissor kicked.
I think it's just primed to be scissor
Yeah.
kicked. But I think it's I haven't really played the first Resident Evil game, but it's like a clockworky house, isn't it, with puzzles and doors
Yeah.
and whatever. So I'd imagine they'll be do a bit of that, or they'll make it a bit more like 4, which is the one that everybody loves.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe even maybe it's a different thing. Maybe it'll be like the new game where it's the hillbilly house or
Sure,
or
yeah.
whatever. So I think whatever it is, I think they'll take it from the game. So
Yeah.
yeah. Because they're not really Resident Evil. They're Resident Evil in name. They're zombie movies. Like,
Do you think they will get Mila Jovovich in a cameo role?
I think not initially.
Yeah.
Because they want to distance themselves.
Sure, right.
But then
Yeah.
maybe,
When is this? Is there a schedule for when this is going to come out?
I don't know, 2 years. Let's say 2 years.
I feel you need at least 2 years
right.
to get the taste out of people's mouths, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Do you think a lot of people will be upset that they're not continuing the Mila Jovovich verse? Mila
I guess, but
Djokovic-verse.
like at this point, it must just be the hardcore fans.
Right,
surely.
yeah.
I mean, there's got to be, but they're fine.
Yeah, they are fine. We saw one. We've
Yeah.
seen all or some of them, haven't we?
I've seen some to all of them.
Yeah, that's right.
So but I reckon it's that kind of thing where they make their money back on the hardcore fans.
Yeah.
But
And they
if
don't cost much, do they?
Yeah, and they want it. Well, they keep costing less and less.
Yes,
So
yeah.
I think maybe they want to broaden out the reach here and just
Yeah.
be like, okay, let's have regular people watch them again,
Absolutely.
as opposed to irregular people who watch them now.
They cost less and less, but they look better every movie.
I mean, we say that.
yeah, that's right. We do say that, don't we?
Yeah. Should we do one of those things where we watch all of them simultaneously on 7 screens?
Who did that? No, Red Letter Media watched them all in a row. They watched
Yes.
Transformers all at once.
Yeah, great.
Oh, that give you a headache. But no, I don't want to do that. I
Okay.
never want to watch any of them ever again.
Okay.
You okay with that? 3's
Yes.
pretty good. Or is it? I don't really remember.
Never
It's
again.
the only one I walked out of and went, okay.
It's the only one you ever walked out
But
of. The rest you're still in.
That's
Did you know that?
Oh, no.
Yeah, you're still in multiple screenings of Resident Evil films.
All right, what do we got next? Game of Thrones, your favorite show.
No, it's not.
Your favorite show is back in
Okay.
July.
Yep.
Only 7 episodes of this season
Uh-huh.
and 6 next season.
Yeah.
As we just watched it again before. I think maybe you watched it for the first time.
I did.
Before the show. And I said out loud to myself, Mason, that it looks amazing. Doesn't it look
Oh,
amazing
sure.
as a
Yeah.
show?
Mhm. Yeah.
God, they make that budget really go a long way. The substantial budget they have, they make it go
Sure, right?
really a long way.
The essentially unlimited money that HBO has. They really stretch that,
They
don't they?
put it to work.
Yeah. Do you think that there's a scene set in some sort of war room and there's a map on the ground? Do you think that's a real map, like somebody's drawn it, or do you think they've CGI'd a map?
I think most
onto like
things
an
are real.
HBO office floor.
No, I think it's mostly real. Yeah.
Do you think there's a guy in that society who has to keep repainting the map every time
Are you
somebody's
talking about the intro, or are you talking about just in the show when you
No,
see
in the show, they're on the
standing?
they're
No, I think
standing
they
on a floor.
absolutely made that.
Okay, yeah.
100%.
Maybe that makes sense. I was going to say, do you think there's a guy in that universe and his job is just to repaint the map? Anytime somebody gets beheaded or eaten by dogs,
Yeah.
they're just like, oh, well, he doesn't have that territory anymore. Get the map guy.
He's never out of work.
Yeah, but he's very depressed all the time because they tell him in graphic detail what happened every time.
It's very possible.
Mm.
Are you excited for this in any way?
Yo, look, I think I've said this before, but
You hate the horribleness of the
I hate
universe.
the horrible harshness of this reality, but also I think we're getting to the pointy end of this universe.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of action in this trailer.
Yeah.
I hope this season is all action.
Well, it is.
Because I'm okay with that.
They say 7
I'm
episodes.
sick of intrigue. I'm sick of it. Although I want action and I want little people walking up hills, which is what we got.
You're in luck, mate.
Yeah.
So you don't like when Littlefinger sidles up to someone and is like, "Hey, I'm gonna be the king of the Game of Thrones."
Yeah. No, I don't like
don't
it.
like any of that?
No.
Okay, fair enough. No, but that's what this is going to be. I mean, because we're well past the books at this point.
Yeah.
We're speeding towards a conclusion. I like also because every season, I don't think this season did it as much. Sorry, the last season did it as much. There's a recap episode at the start, and
Yep.
there's a kind of a summary at the end.
Yes.
and it's just kind of but I don't want that. Just
Right,
go
sure.
straight into it. I'll watch a 20-minute. HBO always do a 20-minute recap on their YouTube channel.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I always watch that. But this year, I might try and watch them all before.
Surely nobody's coming in blind at this point. Like,
Why would you?
Yeah,
It's
right? Mm.
insane. Yeah, yeah. Though you seem to come in blind to most episodes. You're like, who's what?
Yeah, no,
show me the map again.
because I forget every season. Yeah.
yeah, you forgot who got eaten by dogs.
No, it was.
The meanest man in the universe.
Yes, exactly. His name was
Bolton.
Ramsay Bolton.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
got there with only the help of half his name.
So looks like there's going to be plenty of dragon.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think there's still a chance? And I think there might be still a chance of this, but when there's been no confirmation or even hint at it, that at the end of this they're going to do a movie, like an actual cinematic movie.
No.
Fair enough.
When?
No, you're probably right.
I mean, you can't
That's
rule
more
it out,
which-
but it's a ballsy move, and has that ever? I was going to say
Entourage.
I was going to say
HBO,
HBO, Sex and the City 1 and 2. No, you're right. All these
Ballers,
these-
probably.
Yeah, Ballers. Yeah, no, you're right. That's very possible. What was I thinking? They'll do it. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see it, but yeah, I don't know. But I also don't know whether there'd be. No, it would be viable because they could do it relatively cheaply,
Yeah.
I'd imagine. But also, movies of television shows are rarely any good.
That's true.
Like it's a continuation because
Yeah.
you lose a lot of the audience. Like Entourage.
But that's the thing. Also, Australia especially has wanted for years to be able to just pay directly for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And then watch it and walk away. This is the perfect. This will do very well in Australia.
Oh, you're probably right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
Because in Australia you can't just buy them on iTunes initially. You have to
Get
sign up
Foxtel
to
for $70 a month or whatever.
cable
it is.
TV and then whatever.
Get 50 sport channels you don't want.
Yeah.
Exactly. Foxtel are in trouble though. It seems they're a bit of grief in terms. Cause
Sounds good, unless they choose to sponsor us, in which case we'll help you out.
Get on board,
Foxtel. Yeah, get on
everybody.
board, guys.
Who do you think's going to win the Game of Thrones? Who's going to be sitting on that Iron Throne? Sir Jaime Lannister?
No, it's gonna be bloody Jon Snow,
Yep.
Peter Dinklage,
Yep.
the actor,
The Dink.
and Daenerys all stacked up like a totem pole.
But that is very.
And then they think they've won, but then like molten lead floods in from all corners of the room, and they're all brutally killed in the most painful way possible, and they're frozen into the Iron Throne forever. And then it starts again. Some other idiots, like the children of all the people that were murdered, they grow up and it starts again. And this universe never ends, and everybody's just tortured to death forever.
I think you're being very generous to think that those three will live towards
all
the
three
end.
will live. Okay, right, yeah.
I mean, you did say that all die at once in a molten scenario. But no,
You think only one will live or none of them?
I think maybe one or two will live.
Okay.
And I think also, like, Jon Snow's, spoiler alert, has come back from the dead. So I think he's relatively safe for a short period of time.
Sure, right.
But then again, you'd never know
Yeah.
with this show.
Yeah.
But
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but I can't imagine Daenerys dying
Yeah.
because with the Starks, there's 3 Starks left. So you can kill off 2 of them.
Yeah, right.
You could really kill off 3 of them if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
right.
Oh, no, there's 4. There's Jon.
Yes.
There's Sansa.
Yes.
There's Ariel.
Yes.
There's Rickon, who's missing. No, he's dead. He got shot
So we're
by
back
the
to
Minions
3.
of the Universe. And there's Bran.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm saying all their names wrong.
Yep. See, that's
Yeah. So there's a few Starks left. Anyway, but whatever. I'm looking forward to it.
Me
I'm
too.
jazzed, Mason.
I'm not
bloody-
as jazzed, but I'm more jazzed than I've been.
Okay, well, here's something that you're probably less jazzed for.
Oh, here we go.
A
new Honda Jazz. Oh,
a dark universe.
thought you were going to present me with a brand new car.
No.
I'd be disappointed by.
The Dark Universe shared universe trailer.
Yeah, which wasn't anything really.
Well, it's just a whole lot of existing footage, isn't it?
It was an assortment of clips from old Universal monster movies.
That Cinemassacre love.
Some of all the classics.
Yep.
We got the Invisible Man taking his bandages off and he can't see his head. We've got
That's a good effect,
It
right?
is actually a pretty good effect for the
incredible.
time. We had the Wolfman turning back into a regular man. Not a good effect because it's done in 3 really abrupt cuts.
Yep.
No good.
There's a mummy, a Dracula, an Invisible Man, like you said, a Frankenstein monster.
But
a,
they've put
a Phantom of the Opera.
A Bride of Frankenstein,
Yeah.
which is apparently the next movie after The Mummy.
What?
They're doing
Really?
Bride of Frankenstein. Yeah.
Who's the bride?
Don't know. Probably Rachel Weisz.
Before a Frankenstein, they're doing
Probably.
probably is Rachel Weisz. Yeah.
No, it's probably Helena
Helen
Bonham
Bonham-
Carter.
She's already been Bride of Frankenstein.
that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the new sexy Helena Bonham Carter?
Eva.
We'll ask him.
Eva Green.
It's Eva Green. Eva Green will be Bride of Frankenstein. We've called it. All right.
Yeah, she
We're
would
putting
be.
money on this.
Yeah, she would be good.
And look, imagine her with a big slanted hair.
With a big lightning bolt
Yes.
streak through it. Yeah, I know. I can definitely see it.
Anyway, what I think I was leading up to there is that it's all these old clips from old movies with some new dramatic music
Yeah.
pasted over the top. And who's it for?
For fans of, they're the original shared universe. They kicked it off, man.
Yeah,
Or one of the first,
that's
anyway.
true.
This is going back to our roots of movies we never watched or enjoyed.
Right?
Yeah. I do like watching, like I said before, like Cinemassacre. James Rolfe, who's an angry video game nerd, he loves these movies.
Yeah.
And I like watching his recaps and reviews of
Same.
these because I'd never sit through any of them.
I was going to say, because all his reviews are like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They're not the full 90 of these actual movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that they're classic and whatever, and they paved the way for whatever, but unwatchable. Like I cannot.
Uh-huh.
Like by modern standards, they're very
Mm.
slow, and I do appreciate them for what they are. But
Yeah. But I mean, like, we're going... Obviously, we've seen the trailer for the new Mummy, and there's plane crashes, and there's non-stop action, and there's all this CGI and magic and monsters.
Yeah.
And then we go...
and I barely care about that.
Yeah, and they're like, but coming up after this dark universe, here's all this it's people staring at the camera and looking shocked.
What's the Phantom of the Opera doing? He's like a weird creep murderer.
Yep.
Like he's following a girl around because he's in love with her.
Yeah.
What is he? What's his skills? Being in the
on
shadows.
the team.
Yeah.
Maybe
Or
he's
is
an
he-
informant or something.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But
Maybe they need a woman murderer.
they might need a woman murderer. Do you think there's a chance this could go League of Extraordinary
Yes.
Gentlemen?
Well, no. Well, like I think
It's a similar-ish premise.
Yeah, but
sort
I
of.
think lessons have been learned.
It's modern day for one, so
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah. I'm interested. I am interested.
Me
I'll be
too,
like,
yeah.
where's this gonna go?
Yeah.
Johnny Depp's the Invisible Man. If you can see less of him, the better. Am I right?
Oh, mate, after
Got
this
him.
bloody week.
Do you have a favorite? A swamp monster? Which is your favorite? I do like Phantom of the Opera, but I don't know how.
I did not think of him as a universal.
That
monster.
was Phantom of the Opera, right? Did I miss? There was a dude with a mask. It looked like the Phantom of the Opera. I might be wrong.
I have no idea.
Let's just say it isn't.
Let's
then.
say it's the Phantom of the Opera. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Let's introduce him in. Let's bring in the cats from Cats.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
can also be in the Dark
the
Universe.
cast of Rent.
Yep, that's
Yep.
right. They just don't want to pay their rents.
Is that what Rent's about?
No, it's about
It's about AIDS, isn't it?
yeah, it's about AIDS and class struggle.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Well, it's updated, isn't it, for the modern era?
Who else could we add in? The cast of Grease.
Yep, Grease 2.
Yeah, flying car. That's their power. We bring that in and having a miscarriage.
Yep, sure.
Yeah.
Hairspray.
Yeah.
Oh, these are all classic.
They could fly using hairspray like My Secret
That's
Identity.
Secret Identity. Jerry O'Connell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Okay, we should move on from this because it's not very good. But I'm gonna add in different characters from musicals every time I think of one.
Okay, excellent. Happy
Or
to do
forget.
it. Good, good. Well, Mason, we got to talk about our sponsor for this week.
Oh yeah.
Harry's razors.
Love them.
They're good razors.
They're good.
If you want a good razor,
Get a Harry's.
get a Harry's razor.
This
Are we getting
harkens-
worse at this?
Yeah, we are. I was gonna say this harkens back one of our favorite terms
Yep.
to like old advertising where it was just from back like the 1900s where it's just like
Soap.
Soap. Do you need to wash yourself? Get some soap. Use our soap. Why wouldn't you? It's the same. What? You got unnecessary hair on your body? Use
Soap.
a razor and soap. Harry's razors.
You get Harry's razors include for their close and comfortable shave. You get a 5 German
A close and comfortable shave.
5 German engineered blades,
5 blades from those krauts over the other side of the border.
lubricating strip, flex hinge with a comfortable grip, trimmer blade for hard to reach places, weighted ergonomic handle, and all this is for $2 a blade compared to the $4 you'll pay at a drugstore or a pharmacy, as they say here, or a Coles supermarket, as they also say here.
Say that, yes.
Yeah, but they are. They're very good. Razors, I don't know whether it's everywhere else, but Australia, they're very expensive.
They're so
In
expensive.
the supermarket.
They're
yeah.
one of the few things that they put like they
lock them in a
they
cabinet.
lock them in a cabinet. Yeah,
Yeah.
at the supermarkets.
It's crazy. And also, they're so confident in the quality of their blades. They want you. They want you to try their most popular set, the trial set, for free, and it comes with a razor handle of your choice. Mine's blue. I have a blue one. I have an orange one. What's yours?
It's a silver one.
Oh, very
the
good.
classic.
The chrome, the classic.
Chrome, yeah.
5-blade cartridge and shaving gel. It's free when you sign up, and you only pay for the shipping, which is it's like
Yeah.
I think it's $3 from
And
memory.
they last forever.
They last bloody
So
forever.
that's a good deal.
They do. If you want to redeem your trial offer, go to harrys.com/weeklyplanet right now. That's harrys.com/
Harrys.com.
Weekly Planet.
Give Jerry what for? And go to harrys.com/weeklyplanet.
Hello, everybody. I'm just editing this in. I thought it worth mentioning as well. There's a Father's Day special on also. If you go to the URL, harrys.com/weeklyplanet, you can get $5 off one of their shaver sets. I got one for my dad last year, and he has it. He still uses it. So it's a good gift if you're like, what do I get my dad? Just get him this or something else. All right, on with the show. Spider-Man Homecoming has a new trailer, Mason.
Oh, it sure does.
I did a breakdown of it.
If you're wondering specifically how the bank robbers give Spider-Man a bit of trouble
I was
in that
actually.
sequence,
Yeah.
it'll tell you.
How?
Oh, it's with some sort of special weapon.
Gravity claw
Gravity
gun.
weapon, yeah.
very
Your
good.
dog's just made an awful smell.
That's
the
you.
worst.
It's you.
No, it's it's so unpleasant. What is wrong with you, dog? Can you not smell that? That is horrendous. Take a deep breath. Believe in
No, I'm
yourself.
not taking it.
No, you have to. It's your dog. It was better when you were out of continuity, dog. When you didn't exist. Ruined my life with your smells. Anyway, the point is we see even more of that action sequence where he fights the bank robbers in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes, there is. I didn't do a real trailer breakdown. I called it a trailer breakdown and then I rant about Venom for 4 minutes.
Anyway, I saw that, yeah. So did you watch the trailer though?
Yeah, I watched the trailer.
Okay, right. Yeah. So anyway, spoiler alert for this trailer. If you're trying to avoid spoilers for this movie, all these trailers have all the spoilers for this movie, so don't listen to this.
This isn't as bad as the last one.
No, so if you skip the last one, I guess you'll be okay.
Yeah. I think this definitely works better as a second trailer. You know that, I really like that trailer that they pulled for the first Spider-Man movie, the 9/11 one. You know, where he catches the robbers between the two towers.
Yes.
That tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be in the movie.
Spider-Man hates terrorists.
Yep. Webs.
He loves webs.
He loves it. That's all you need.
He loves civic planning. 2 buildings right there, love it.
Big fan. Yeah. So I don't know. It's what,
yeah. We see some more tech in the suit.
Yeah.
Probably too much.
Yeah, it's got a lot going on. He's got 500 variations and
that's interesting. Can he? Because he's got the web shooters on his arms. Yeah. Does that mean he can shoot webs from any point on his hands?
I think it's just what he does with his fingers.
I see. It's too much. There's too much information.
Yeah, that's right.
Could you remember 576 combinations of anything?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, I definitely
even
not.
CrossFit combinations.
Oh, that I could. Yeah, because it's part of me now, mate.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
It's in my culture. It's in my DNA. Yeah. But also, we should mention that there's a competition in Melbourne for a Spider-Man fan screening, which
courtesy of Sony.
So Sony and Village Cinemas. So say what you will about Sony, Mason. We've said a lot of terrible things.
Yes.
But it's genuinely a good. They really want fans to go and see this. And have a fun.
Bring
time.
50 of your friends.
Yeah, which is too many. I feel.
Well, we don't have 50. I don't have
for us. It is.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
You lose friends as you get older, guys.
You do.
And it's not bad. It's because you just flake from parties.
You flake from parties and you care less.
Yeah. When you get older, you learn. There's a lesson for it. It's not a lesson. But there's
a reality.
The only thing better than going to a party full of all your mates and having a great time is not going to that party. It's just going, I'll see you there. And then going, what shirt should I put on? No, actually, I won't go.
No shirts.
Yeah, no shirts. Stay home. That feels great.
Feels so great.
Anyway, if you're having trouble finding 50 friends, as we would, and if you win, let us know.
Yeah.
And we will...
Yeah, we'll tee that up.
We'll tee it up.
Put it out there on the internet,
What else do we see in the trailer? We see more of the Vulture. We see he's got a parachute in the suit.
Very good.
Which makes sense because obviously in Winter Soldier, the Falcon has a parachute in his suit.
Too,
and then a lot of people after Civil War went... Rhodey's War Machine suit crashes and people are like, why doesn't it just have a parachute in it?
Yeah.
Tony Stark overconfidence, that's why. But in this, I'm thinking he's like, well, that led to disaster.
But
yes,
he designed this suit before the Rhodey accident.
Yeah, isn't this an upgraded version?
No, I think he gets it. I think it's the one that he gives him.
Oh, then I don't know what I'm talking about.
You never do, Mason.
I never do.
But also, But it's not an armored suit, so you need a parachute in it.
You're right, that's true. Yeah, well, that's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, but it does kind of... Because this Spider-Man is kind of the Stan Lee Kirby Spider-Man from back in the day, who was always making weird stuff with his webs.
Yeah.
So, he's the kind of guy who would make a Spider-Man, like a web parachute.
Yeah, that's true.
So that kind of takes away one of his options.
But I think that's what it's going to be, though, because obviously we know from the trailers he takes the suit away.
He'll make his own.
So he'll go back to having
when he falls off that plane when he's in the sweatpants suit.
Exactly.
That we know is happening because it was in the trailer.
It's in the trailer. Yeah.
What else? I don't know.
Look,
Sue talks to him.
Is
that Friday or is that somebody else?
I couldn't. Friday's Irish.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm genuinely looking forward to it.
Me too.
I just wish I knew less.
Also, we have another... Oh, I think we've seen it before, but we have Zendaya as that mysterious classmate. Who is that?
Oh,
Is she Mary Jane?
No,
or
she's
not.
Else? She's someone from the comics as well, like a prior girlfriend, like from way, way back. I can't remember what it is exactly. It's in one
Betty
of my...
Brandt.
It's not Betty Brandt.
Okay,
I can't remember who it is.
Okay, right.
Yeah, but it's in one of my trailer breakdowns. Not the latest one, which is unrelated. There's a lot of people who are like, this is clickbait. Yeah, it is.
Right.
It's named a completely different thing to what the actual video is.
You just wanted an audience for your inevitable mental breakdown, so you named it something that people would click on. You're right.
Exactly. Sad news though this week.
Oh no!
Zack Snyder's daughter passed away.
No, she did. That's true.
Suicide at the age of 20. Autumn Summer was her name. I didn't know this. Well, obviously, I didn't know anything about Zack Snyder's family, really.
No.
But she did a lot of charity work. She started a non-for-profit that shelters homeless pregnant women and their children
Oh, wow.
in 2014.
Wow.
Which, goes to show she's not a terrible person, presumably.
None of them are terrible people.
No, I didn't think that they were. I just mean in general. I'm talking in the grand scheme of
I
things.
see. I get it.
So she would have started that when she was like 17, 18.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't doing it. What was I doing when I was 17, 18?
You were giving the finger to cars. You were probably sitting by the side of the road giving the finger to passing cars. That seems like 17-year-old
I
you.
probably was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
take that, society.
Yeah.
This also happened 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So it happened.
It's kept it under wraps.
Yeah, kept it under wraps. And
So the remaining directing duties of Justice League are going to Joss Whedon,
that's
right?
the idea, yeah. And he decided he hasn't actually been working this entire time.
Uh-huh.
He took the time off, and then when he kind of went to go back, he went, you know what, I'm going to spend time with my family. Like, this isn't something that I'm kind of ready to go back to. And interestingly, and it was a pretty good move on their behalf, Warner Brothers actually offered to push back Justice League from November release. Said, when you're ready, come back and finish it. And he said, no, you know what? Let's keep the release date and let's just move everything along.
Right.
And because Joss Whedon is now in the DC cinematic universe, he's the DC extended universe.
Yes.
Well, he's doing Batgirl, obviously. So he already had a bit of a role on this movie.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think he's doing some minor story credits, but he's like you said, he's stepping in and he's going to do the reshoots, and which were always planned, as most movies do. Mm-hmm. So yeah, sad news.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, now it's time to turn around some happy news. What do you got?
I
Somebody else died, didn't they?
just wanted to add. Apparently, the directing for Joss Whedon is minimal, and it's going to adhere to the style and tone that Zack Snyder had set, and they're not introducing new characters, it's just some new scenes.
Okay.
So I think the idea is that there'll probably be some Wendon-esque dialogue and moments kind of added, but I think the idea for him is to do it the way that Zack Snyder would have. I think that's his intention.
Okay.
Yeah. Because also, it's very late in the game to be coming in and reshaping the entire structure of the movie without it falling apart.
It's too late, Joss, to add the one-note kick-ass female character all of a sudden.
It's done.
It's done.
Unless it's Wonder Woman, Mason.
Then it's gonna
which
be
is
great.
getting glowing reviews.
Yeah, you're going to see tomorrow night, right?
Oh,
Okay.
but tonight by the time
I get it.
this comes out.
The listeners know. The listeners get
Time? Do
they get
they?
time, yeah. They get time.
They get time.
Wish I had time.
Yeah. What do you think though about Joss Whedon taking over? How do you think this is gonna?
I think he's great. I think he's great at.
I mean, it's best case scenario for a terrible situation.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. Look, I think he's great at what he does, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be all right.
it's gonna be the same as it was
Yeah.
initially gonna be, probably.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't be like, okay, let's make this scene wacky and let's
Yeah.
add some sweet banter over here or whatever. Like,
I think
also, and I think especially now this news is broken because people would be like, people I think would very obviously be like, did you add that scene? Did you add that scene? Like,
Right,
I think
yeah.
if he went to Whedon,
yes,
that it'd be a very obvious tonal shift anytime
yeah.
he added the scene. They'd be like, why?
I think it would. Yeah, I don't think the movie, or I don't think it would benefit from that weird kind of.
Yeah, right.
I think it would conflict those two kind of tones. So
Also, I think this is going to be a little bit lighter anyway.
yeah, it seems to
So-
be that way anyway. But I think Joss Whedon's going to take a bigger role in this universe in general, because
Yeah.
I think DC went to him and said, he'd obviously kind of fed up with what happened in Age of Ultron, and they said, "What do you want to make?"
Yep.
And he chose Batgirl.
Right,
I don't
okay.
think they said make a Batgirl. I think do anything, and he said, "I'll do
Right,
Batgirl."
okay, yeah.
So I don't know. I just think we're probably going to be seeing a bit more of him as well in the future.
Also, I invited him to our bridge club, so we're definitely going to be
Really?
seeing more of him.
Do I have to learn to play bridge?
Yeah. And he's really good.
Do you bring your own bridge?
Yeah, you bring a bridge.
Okay, good.
That's right. You pick a bridge.
Yep.
No, you. It's like a fantasy football team, except you have to draft various bridges from throughout the world.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I don't know many.
Dibs Golden
bridge-
Gate.
Ah, man.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll
You-
take London Bridge.
All right, cool. Fergie's got London Bridge.
Oh,
Fergie's also coming.
I'll take the Westgate Bridge.
Oh no, that's one of the best bridges.
Is it? It's always banked up.
Yeah.
This is a Melbourne specific reference, everybody. All right, some more DC news.
Okay, I'm ready.
Justice League Dark has lost its. Well, it's not called that. It's called Dark Universe, which is confusing because we're also getting a Dark Universe.
Wait, what is it called? Dark Universe? Is it really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
man.
it is. Doug Liman, who did. I think he did that. Tom Cruise keeps dying. Stop him from being
Edge of Tomorrow.
killed by squids or whatever.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. But he's not on it anymore.
No, he's dropped out of
Terrific.
He's dropped out of that to focus on his upcoming sci-fi film Chaos Walking, which I'm not familiar with in any way. So there you bloody go, mate.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
It's the way it's going now, isn't
yeah,
it?
that's right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. There were some few names that were up for it. I don't think this movie is hard scheduled in anyway.
No, that's true.
So I
yeah.
don't really think it's.
I mean, they have to
that
see
big a
if
deal.
you're gonna have to see if Justice League original recipe works before you go to Justice League Dark, surely.
And you're gonna have to change the name of Dark Universe to Justice League Dark
yeah.
because of the Dark
Are you
Universe.
100% sure that's true?
I'm pretty certain.
Don't look it up. Don't worry about it.
I'll look it up.
Okay, look it up.
Let me just type in Dark Universe.
Nice,
movie.
nice. That's the thing to look up. So you've nailed that there.
No, I haven't. I haven't nailed it.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, it is called Dark Universe. Dark Universe or Justice League Dark, is it? Yeah. So
I like it.
It's going to be Constantine, Zatanna, Deadman, Swamp Thing, Etrigan, and we've talked about this in a previous
Yeah,
episode.
yeah,
and
yeah.
Madame Xanadu.
Oh.
Allegedly, this is all
Okay.
kind of whatever. There you go.
Nice.
Do you like X-Men movies?
No.
I think the correct answer is sometimes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sometimes.
The New Mutants movie. The New
Yes.
Mutants. It's going to be a horror movie, straight horror movie.
Oh.
Great.
That's a fun twist, isn't it?
I think so,
Okay.
yeah.
That's okay. Cool.
Fox are,
Is this because Get Out was big and they're just like, let's make an X-Men movie, but it's also Get Out?
Probably, yeah. But no, I think that's great. I think this is what Fox should be doing. They've got their Deadpool, they did their comedy one, they
Yep.
did their Logan, they're doing a horror movie. This is great.
Yeah, okay.
This is all good stuff.
And as we've said before, the superhero genre, the superhero machine is so big now that every movie can be its own subgenre.
Yes.
So we've had espionage movies, we've had Western movies, we've had, I mean, not successfully, but we've had other types,
Other
war
types,
movies, we've
yeah.
had all kinds. So horror movie works great, and
Totally.
that'll be fun to see. You get a because it's New Mutants, it's some young guys. Throw them in a cabin in the woods.
And there's a giant bear.
There's a giant bear, and they've also got superpowers.
Yes.
That's a fun twist.
I think
have we
so,
seen
yeah.
that before? I don't think we have.
Not that to my knowledge, yeah.
Cool.
But I just find that really interesting because I wasn't super interested in this.
Yes.
Because I don't want to see mutants just go, what are my powers?
Yeah, right.
I'm just like, ugh, no.
If I focus my mind, I can do this. Maybe you can focus your mind.
Shut up.
Shut up, all of you.
But no, that's great. I love it. I mean, it still might not be good as most things aren't, but that's fine.
Yeah, right.
Star Wars Vanity Fair photo shoot and spread. Did you see all those photos?
Yes.
Anything stick out of note?
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, looks good. There's two really good photos of her in particular. The one with Mark Hamill and the one with her daughter. Yeah. Now the idea was apparently this is going to be like Luke's movie, and the next movie Carrie Fisher was like, then episode 9 will be my movie or whatever.
Right.
And Kathleen Kennedy's the head of Lucasfilm said that was the idea.
Right,
So she
okay.
was going to have a big role in 9, which we've talked about before, and how they're going to work around that. We don't know. Maybe they'll recast. Maybe she'll crash a Star Destroyer or whatever. We don't know. But the other thing that came out of that, the mysterious Benicio del Toro.
That's right.
Did you see that image?
He's looking very, very, very suave and swarthy.
Correct.
Yes.
Now his name is DJ.
Oh,
Right.
they've made a mistake there.
No, but that's apparently like a code name
Oh.
because we don't
For
know
disc jockey.
Yeah, what do you think his? Like people are saying it means Dark Jedi. People, what do you think? What do you think he is? Do you think he's just a grifter, like a mean Han Solo?
Yeah. Why would they just don't? Was this a leaked code name? or
No,
something?
because they said that he is called DJ, but I think the director or somebody said, close to it, said, "Oh no, it's oh no, it's
His name is a fart noise. It's hard.
DJ means something."
Yeah.
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 He'd be a good Dark Jedi, I feel. Maybe he's like a former apprentice of Luke who went rogue. People are saying, is he Ezra Bridger from Star Wars Rebels?
Oh.
The age isn't quite right because he'd be closer to Luke's age. But yeah. Whatever.
Okay then.
Or he could be one of those, because you saw the pictures of the casino planet.
Yes, that's true.
Perfect opportunity for Lando, by the way.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's in this movie. But maybe he's going to be some kind of casino man.
We see Captain Phasma without her helmet on.
Yeah. I think she's going to be... Because also they were saying that it was there was the implication in the last movie that Captain Phasma might not have been a person. I never got that sense.
What do you mean? Like a robot?
Like it would have been a robot
Oh.
or some variation, but I didn't get that at all.
I never get that at all. No.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe because we knew who was under the helmet. But,
There's one bumbling robot in the Star Wars universe, and it's C-3PO. They wouldn't make another bumbling robot, or would they?
or would they?
What if they're two bumbling robots and they fall in love? What about that? There's a silver one and a gold one.
That works.
Yeah.
That totally works.
Yeah, right.
Ah.
Hey, here's a question for you. We've got the cover photo here. It's got Kylo Ren. He's got the lightsaber going.
Yeah.
Who does the lightsaber effect?
Vanity Fair.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they do. They're very artisanal.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
But I was like, or did they send it to Lucas? Did they send the photo to Lucasfilm and they draw
maybe
in the
they
lightsaber?
do. Yeah, I say that. I don't actually
Yeah,
know,
right.
do I?
Yeah.
And there's also...
That's the way I think. Boring logistical questions.
You see, there's some behind-the-scenes footage where you see like him swinging a lightsaber
He's just
in
a
the
stick?
photo shoot.
Yes.
No, I don't think it is a stick.
Do you think is it one of those plastic ones you get at Kmart?
Yeah, it might be.
In the sections that never quite collapses
No.
to all the way down.
And they're real white at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good work, everybody.
Yeah.
But no, it's coming out, isn't it? Star Wars, well, not the Star Wars Celebration, we had that already. The Disney Expo is coming up in July, just after Comic-Con, so we'll get some more information there, and probably some Han Solo stuff, and all of those things that we know and love.
Yes.
Speaking of things we know and love, Tom Holland
Yes.
will play young Dumbledore. No.
Oh,
He'd be
wait, I know this. He's going to play...
He'd be a good young Dumbledore.
He's gonna play young-
A real young, yeah.
Because our friends over at Filthy Casuals cover this. He's going to be
Yes.
young Nathan Drake
correct.
in the Uncharted movies.
That's right. It's going to be a prequel to the game of sorts.
Okay.
Which and it takes reference from Uncharted 3 where Jake and Drake. Drake meets Sully. Sean Levy's going to direct. He did a bit of Stranger Things. He did Night Museum. He did Real Steel.
Do you want to see an Uncharted prequel?
Well,
Do you think it'll break the curse of every single movie based on a video game being profoundly terrible?
I think this is kind of a smart move to make from Sony because you're never going to win with your Uncharted casting. No one's
Yeah.
going to be happy unless it's Nathan Fillion.
And he's too old, probably.
He's too old, yeah. So everybody's going to be kind of unhappy of who the adult is.
Hey, speaking of Nathan Fillion,
Yeah.
side note, what's going on with him being Wonder Man?
That was a
Some
side
sort
thing
of
they
prank
put
that
together.
James Gunn was doing?
Well, there was a scene that was cut, which it's in my. I did a Guardians deleted scenes video. It's on my YouTube channel. But basically, that dog's gone mad.
Uh-huh.
What's your dog now? Remember? So,
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah, but no, he's an actor.
Simon Williams.
He's Simon
yes.
Williams, who's in the Marvel Universe. He's an actor and an Avenger.
Yes.
But he appears in a whole lot of posters in the background of a scene set on Earth where he plays a Steve Jobs-esque character.
Yes, that's
where he
right.
plays Tony
Tony Stark, right,
And
yeah.
there's a Conan the Barbarian knockoff. So they made all these posters
Yes.
for these movies that exist within the Marvel Universe.
But
then
where do we see them in Guardians 2
we don't.
somewhere?
It's
We
cut.
don't. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
There was some set photos.
Were they going to be from the 80s or were they going to be modern?
I think
day?
there was a Simon Williams film festival. So I think he's just from...
Oh, I see, right.
So I think it's from 80s forward. Yeah.
Man.
So there you go.
Make that happen, guys.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
But no, I don't mind Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. If you played Uncharted 3, Mason, which you
I'm
probably
aware of
haven't,
it.
it's I think that's an interesting story they could follow.
So Uncharted 3, is it the one where... Wait, is Uncharted 4 the one where there's the flashback and you play as the junior version of him? Or is
3
that
does
3?
it as well.
Oh, okay, right.
They both
gotcha.
do it. Yeah.
Okay, right.
But no, he looks pretty close, and I think
Does
this
he?
is
Huh.
yeah, and I think this is a
Alright.
good kind of way to. Because you could potentially, if this is good, you could keep him for 10 years.
That's true,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't think he's going to grow into adult
Nathan
Nathan Drake because he's
Because
like
he's broad, that guy.
Yeah,
he's a broad.
exactly.
He's broadside of a barn, that guy.
and Tom Holland's like 19, which means he'll probably look roughly like that forever. Like he'll
Yeah.
put muscle on, but that's kind of what he'll
Exactly,
what
yeah.
he'll look like.
Yeah.
Which is fine. He's not a bad looking bloke. But
Have they screen tested him by like pushing him off a ledge and having him go whoa, 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 whoa?
Presumably, yes, yeah, and also that guy can do a real life somersault, so that's
true.
pretty good, isn't
Yeah.
it? So no, I think it's interesting. I don't hate it, and there hasn't been weird outrage from it, and
That's true.
prequels are generally no good. But
Hey, speaking of weird outrage
Yes.
and Wonder Man,
yes, man.
why couldn't there? Why isn't there a Wonder Man? We weren't even going to bring this up, but
No, I'm so sick
I
of
figure
this
let's
shit,
hammer
man.
an awkward segue in.
Sure.
So the Alamo Drafthouse in the United States of America decided to run as often they do with as movie theaters all over the world do.
Yeah.
They're like, let's run a girls' night. Let's just watch. Let's have Wonder Woman. If you're a woman, you want to see Wonder Woman.
You can Wonder Woman it
You
up.
can Wonder Woman it up, and people are mad.
I
on
went to the
internet about it.
all-girl screening of Ghostbusters here.
Yeah, great.
to see it early.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But
People are so mad.
I don't know why. I just look. I used to be a teacher, right? Not very long ago.
I thought you were going to say not a very good teacher.
No, not a very good teacher, and not very long ago. But there is absolute value, I think, in education and in society. Men and women are allowed to do things separately.
Yes.
There is nothing wrong with that. Like, and I know there is like sexuality and gender is a spectrum.
All right, I know sexuality and gender. All right, as well.
No, I'm just saying that there is nothing wrong with doing like a guy's thing and a girl's thing, and then also something with both.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
and if it was a men's only screening, that's also not a big deal.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about any of this?
And that's the thing. Like, there are people who are unironically comparing this, like, I'm a man and I can't buy a ticket to this one women's only screening, to like somebody did it with that. You know, there's that photo of there's like some African American people at a lunch counter in like the 50s, and like people are pouring like milk on their head or what. Like they're occupying the lunch counter because they want basic civil rights.
Yeah.
And there are people who are like, it's the same as I can't buy a ticket to this women's only screening of Wonder Woman. But also, like, because I'm like, I wonder what else is happening. First of all, you can buy a session to any other screening of Wonder Woman in America if you want. Secondly, there are other screenings of Wonder Woman running concurrently in that cinema.
Yeah, that's
so you can
right,
just buy one so in order to be discriminated against that you can't buy a ticket to this one session, you would have to be on day release from prison, and you can only go on this specific day at this specific time, but also you are allergic to something. You're allergic to the dust mites in all the other cinemas. So you can only go to that one and they're not letting you.
That's a very real possibility.
I think it is.
I just
we
think
can't rule it out.
This is just a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah.
Everybody just gets so upset about everything. It's just...
I think they just wanted to be mad like with Ghostbusters, but there's no way to do it. Because you can't be like, no, Wonder Woman used to be a man in the comics and they changed it and I'm upset about it. They're like, how can we boycott this somehow?
Yeah, look, but I think really most people do not care about this.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it affects literally nobody. So anyway, whatever. God, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it, Mason. I'm sick of the extreme right. I'm sick of the extreme left. I think they're the loudest people and they're the worst people. Why can't everybody just shut up?
Good point.
Including us.
No, only podcasters are allowed to speak.
Yeah, I know. That's a ridiculous thing to say when this is like 2 hours of just us just banging on about things that we like or dislike. Speaking of, the Terminator. Arnold Schwarzenegger says, it is back. It is moving forward.
Did he just want to say his catchphrase?
I think he did.
Yeah.
I think they asked him, they said, do you think I'll be back? And he went, what do you mean?
What do you mean you?
Me?
Do you mean you, the journalist? Yeah. Do you mean you'll be back when you interview me later for this movie?
Yeah, so they cut all that out.
He's very nice about that, it seems. He'll say, he always...
You get him to say a thing, he'll do it.
But he always find a way to, like, no matter what... Because clearly, whenever anybody's interviewing him, they just want him to say, I'll be back, right? And they're not...
Or get to the chopper
and
or whatever.
Yeah, and they're too excited, and so they say... But he will always find a way to, like, politely say, I'll be back.
Yeah,
like
what a sport. Mm-hmm. He said that James Cameron's got some good ideas on how to continue the franchise, and I will be in the movie. So Tim Miller's doing it. He did Deadpool. This is a reboot, as far as I can tell, but it also has...
Don't care, want a continuation. Want a sequel to 5.
But also,
want it to make no sense.
But it can be a continuation.
Yeah, that's true,
You can all link him in through time travel anyway.
Yeah.
Because,
Wild West Terminator.
1 and 2 don't even line up.
That's true.
Yeah, well, exactly. I'd love to see a Wild West Terminator. Or a pirate Terminator. We've talked about this. There's a video on my channel where we talk about it.
That's right.
But I'm interested to see what they do. But... I don't know. Why
Amish Terminator.
Yes. So it's like Witness, but there's a Terminator.
It's Witness, but there's a Terminator.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so he's gonna. So what do you think about him coming back though?
Terminator goes Hawaii.
Bless you.
Thank you.
What do you think about Terminator going Hawaii? You cool with that?
I think that'd be great.
Do you reckon they can swim?
Yes.
They're powerful enough to propel themselves. Do you reckon their chest cavities maybe filled with air?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, maybe like vents open up.
Oh no, they don't open up.
Well, maybe they just like rip their chest open. And
We've seen him do that before, haven't we?
Yeah, I think probably that happens.
Okay, you're right.
That'd be fun and grisly. I like it.
Yeah, it would be.
He's got to go tropical now.
He has to. I think this is going to be like an R-rated kind of.
Yeah.
I think they're going to go right back, and I don't know if it is a reboot. Why is there Arnold? Unless they're just like the only ones that count are 1 and 2 because
Yeah,
they're the
right.
James Cameron ones. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll find out in
We sure will.
2021. I don't know.
2029.
I don't know when it's out. Oh, very good. Okay. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, we got to get to it.
We
Alright.
got to talk about this.
We saw it.
Yeah, we did.
We saw it at a half-full media screening.
Yeah. Where they didn't even... Normally they do like, thanks for coming out to whatever. But
Yeah.
they just started it.
Yeah.
There was a guy with a microphone ready to go, but they just
That's
play
true,
it.
yeah.
Let's just go.
He sound tested as we were coming in, but then he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
You're right. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. So, Pirates of the Caribbean, dead men, they tell a lot of tales. They don't tell any tales, do they?
No tales.
So they do in this one, it seems.
He does tell a bit of a tale.
He has a bit of a
Yeah.
bloody tale. We thought because who cares?
Yes.
And most people seem to not like this, that we're just going to do all spoilers.
Also, there's not really anything to spoil in this film.
They got to get a thing and break.
Have you seen a
curse.
Pirates movie? It's the same.
Yeah, and somewhat worse or the same, depending on what
Yeah.
you.
I reckon if I were like 9 to 12, I would have liked this film.
Yeah, but
I'm not. I'm an adult man.
and
But
also you haven't
I'm at least 3 times that age, if not more times that age. So
and also but you haven't.
I'm 3 to 4 times that age.
But you haven't seen all the other ones either.
I reckon I've seen. I think I've seen the first 3.
Okay, there you go.
Maybe I didn't see the last one.
Yeah, I think the last one is better than the second two.
What happened in the last one?
It's just a Johnny Depp runabout. But I think it's better because 2 and 3 are really complicated.
Who does he fight
and real
in the
long.
last one?
Blackbeard.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
Last one I saw was when he fought Davy Jones, I think. Which is
I like
3?
Davy Jones as 2 and 3. I like Davy Jones as a villain. And these are marvelous special effects.
Yes.
But those movies are no good.
What do you think of the effects in this one though? We had some.
There's some underwater hair,
There's some underwater hair, non-stop underwater hair,
big ships.
big ships. There's people with holes missing in their faces.
But it's the same. Like we had that in 1.
Yeah.
Like 1 was they're all there's a cursed crew and they're all after Jack Sparrow. That's all of these movies are that.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe 4. I don't remember that one.
But surely these movies are for they're not for people who are continuing to watch the saga. I mean, maybe there's a small amount for people who are watching, but aren't they just for people? Aren't they just for like children and tweens who then age up out of the franchise after like 1 or 2, and then then it's the next group of
it could be
children and tweens?
But I don't
look.
think-
As a father,
Yeah.
we're going to start your fame. We're going to before we do. What do you think the plot was? I'm going to turn it on you.
I completely forgot that. Yeah.
As a father,
yeah.
what age would you take your kid to the?
I wouldn't because
Really?
it's just not that good. I don't even think it's terrible. I just think I don't think a kid wants to see this.
It's school holidays. You got to take your kid to something.
I'll take him to Boss Baby
Really?
over this
All
because
right.
I haven't seen Boss Baby.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, if you put him in front of me, I would see Boss Baby because Alec Baldwin's the voice of the Boss Baby. I don't think Boss Baby is even would be any good
Surely
at all.
it can't be good.
But I've seen so many of
Yeah.
these. And do you know this one is the shortest of the Pirates movies?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed brisk.
Yeah, well, because I looked at the runtime before it started and it said 2 hours 33. But
Yeah.
it wasn't anywhere near
It was
that.
not that,
So that
yeah.
must have been wrong. But also, okay, well, yeah, what do you think the plot is?
Hang on. James is banging his head against the back wall.
I don't even hate it. I don't want to talk about
Okay,
this.
so Johnny Depp's Captain Jack Sparrow. He's on the run from everybody again. He's not doing so well because he's terrible at being a pirate. But also, Orlando Bloom's son wants to release him from the curse
Spoiler alert.
of what happened in the second last movie.
Yes.
2 movies ago.
He replaced Davy Jones as the fairies the dead.
That's right.
To the afterlife.
Who's going to do it now? Spoiler
Good question,
alert.
Mason.
Yeah, right.
That was a question I was going to add for later.
Okay, right. We'll do it later.
Yeah. Oh, we can do it now. It doesn't
I mean,
really
we're in
matter.
spoilers, so
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You know what's weird though? In Europe, this movie's called Salazar's Revenge.
Ooh.
I know at least in England and a bunch of other places. But don't you think it's weird because first of all, when this started, I was like, oh, these are fun. I remember this.
Yes.
Because it's like a big piratey adventure and they go in and there's ghosts and whatever. And this is like the first 5 minutes.
Yes.
And then it kind of it's just whatever from then on. But there's a bit where he's like, why don't you because he goes, tell Captain Jack that I'm bloody coming for him. Javier Bardem
Yeah, right,
says.
uh-huh.
And then he's something like, well, why don't you tell him? He goes, because dead men tell no tales.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to dead men tell no tales. But in the theaters in Europe, it would just cut to Salazar's Revenge.
Revenge.
So I'd imagine that would be a real weird moment.
Maybe they redub it. Maybe they got Javier Bardem to say in Spanish,
tell him to Salazar's revenge.
Tell him I'm going to get my Salazar's revenge. And he points to himself. His hair flaps menacingly in the water.
Big hole in the side of his head.
Mm-hmm.
He's Javier Bardem's returning to the role that made him famous. Guy who's got something wrong with his face.
Yeah, that's right.
Like from Skyfall. Yeah.
So I found the New York Times has a review by famous reviewer A.O. Scott, who when he drags a movie, he really drags a movie.
Nice.
It opens with, "This review will be short and dismissive." So that's a good start. Pirates of the Caribbean is by contrast long and punishing. Its pleasures are so meagre, its delight in its own invention so forced and false that it becomes almost the perfect opposite of entertainment. Since you exchange money for fun, fun is surely what you must have purchased, and you may cling to that idea in the face of contrary evidence. But trust me on this movie would be a rip-off even if someone paid you to see it.
It's not that bad, is it?
No, I don't know. I think he's just having fun with it.
Yeah.
Then he's like, the early movies were not bad, but then he's like, Mr. Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow goes through the motions like a washed-up rock star reprising his greatest hits in a half-empty auditorium. The images are so dark and muddy that you can't see what's going on well enough to know why you don't care. I agree with that. We saw it in 3D, which is bad generally.
I don't remember.
Darkens the whole situation, but it is dark and muddy. Like,
Well, there's a bit where Captain Jack is literally dark and muddy.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. The plot twists, Easter eggs, and surprises are either obvious or laboured. You can't spoil something that's already thoroughly rotten. Now and then you get a reminder of why you may have enjoyed the earlier movies. I agree with this. There's a couple of nifty, rude Goldbergian action sequences.
Yeah, but they're
one
not
the bank
as
vault,
good.
the other with the guillotine. I like the bank vault.
The Bank Vault one was good. They Fast and Furious that. That's what they did in Fast 5.
Okay, right,
Yeah.
gotcha, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't mind that sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah. You picked that he was in the safe, that he was asleep
I
in the
did,
safe.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you turned him in and said,
Uh,
I bet he's asleep. Why is the town gathering around to look into a safe? I guess that's entertainment.
That's
isn't
entertainment
it?
back
Just
then.
looking into
Somebody
a safe.
built a safe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of? Oh, do you want more review?
I was going to say, how did Johnny Depp convince the bank manager's wife to sleep with him in the safe? So anyway, it's not the point. Anyway, okay, here's the last bit. You are invited to sit through every last name in the lengthy end credits for a teasing extra scene of a couple asleep on linen sheets, a reminder how you might have better spent the time.
Okay, I left because
Yes.
there was a post-credit scene and I just went, I'm going. And I left,
yeah,
but you
that's
stayed.
fair.
Is that what it is?
There's literally nothing. So basically, it's Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley. They're
Yeah.
in their sleep, and Orlando Bloom's like, I'm back on dry land, and I'm enjoying my sleep. And then you see the shadow of Davy Jones come into the room, and he's all squelchy, and the big crab claw arm comes up, and he's like, whoa, and he wakes up, and there's nobody there, because he was just dreaming. But then under the bed, there's like some beads or something. Like pearls maybe that represent Davy Jones or something. I don't know. I didn't know what it was. I squinted and I'm like, are they pearls or is it a necklace? Somebody's. I don't know what it is. But it was a dream ball, was it? It was.
Or was it?
No, it was.
But there was something under the bed.
It would have had to have been a dream.
I don't know.
Unless. No, we'll get to it anyway.
What happened to Davy Jones? Did a big crab eat him? I don't know.
You mean after when he died in
3, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. No, I reckon he just, based on this, I imagine he just would have shook his crab claw and sworn revenge, right?
No, I think he died.
Oh,
Because,
okay, right.
No, because they had his heart, then they put his heart in Orlando Bloom. And Orlando Bloom became the new Davy Jones.
Right,
Which is
okay.
why he's got all the coral on his face.
Yeah,
It's good to see Orlando Bloom back, isn't it?
No.
Who cares?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And they.
What do you think of the new two? The new
They're-
Orlando Bloom and Keira
They're
Knightley?
as good as Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom were. I think they're totally fine. I
Yep.
like. She's in Skins.
Yep,
she's quite good
she
in
is,
Skins.
that's true.
Him, I don't know from anything, but
All right.
he looks enough like Orlando Bloom used to look, or sort of still looks now.
That's true, yeah.
That it's absolutely fine. I feel like I should watch the first one, but I just can't. I cannot go back and watch another one of these.
No, the length will really get you, I feel.
Yeah.
I remember that it dragged. I remember the first one. I remember enjoying the first one and going, this is kind of dragging a bit.
Right.
If I had to watch it again, I'd be like, oh, no.
Okay, so Johnny Depp is back as Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yes, he is.
He's 53 years old.
Yep.
He's got the eye makeup.
He's
got
still
the hat.
staggering about.
Yeah, I remember though from the previous movies, and I might be wrong. He had some abilities, and he wasn't just what he did wasn't based on pure luck and chance. And
Yeah, he was a good sword fighter in the first one.
And he happened to in this, he just happens to not get shot or happen to not get his guillotined. It's by pure chance. But in the previous ones, he'd plan things out. Like he'd steal a ship and, he'd do a fake out and then he'd shoot the mast off the other one and then but there was none of that. It was just he just bumbled his way through it, but with no skill.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it's I thought that as well, and it's very sad because it's like if you met a real person like that, you'd be like, oh, it's all the alcohol.
Yeah.
Like they're permanently drunk now and it's quite sad.
Yeah.
But that's not addressed in the film.
No.
He's just had a skill decline and everybody's like, oh, it's Captain Jack. But I think
he looks like he wants to die. And I don't know whether that's intentional or not.
See, that's the thing. I don't think it is. But that's a narrative we've built and it makes perfect sense. And if they'd addressed it,
it would have
might have been interesting.
Like a burnt out Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
But he's still kind of up to the same shit, even though he's just not very good.
Also, Paul McCartney's in this for no reason. I just remembered.
What do you think?
Paul McCartney's one of his other uncles.
Yeah, well, his dad is
Keith Richards. So presumably this only came about because Paul McCartney was like, well, if one of the Rolling Stones can be in a Pirates movie, one of the Beatles can be in a or one member of Wings can be in a Pirates movie.
Right, yeah, exactly. What do you think of him?
Yeah, fine.
I thought he did okay.
Yeah,
I'm like, he's a slightly better actor than I thought he was.
Why is he in it though?
All good questions.
And he's like the fresh-faced, clean-cut version.
He looks really good, doesn't he? Considering his age.
Yeah.
But Johnny Depp, it's just not
he looks better than Johnny Depp.
He does look better but it's just not a good or interesting role anymore.
Yeah.
I feel there's nothing cutting edge about it.
Yeah.
It's incredibly unfunny.
This movie was
it's staggeringly
zero
unfunny.
joke. There were what are technically jokes in this movie, and zero jokes land in this movie. There was you could hear the silence in the cinema when a joke didn't land because they've left space in the movie for people to laugh. But nobody does, and nobody did in the cinema. So there was just deafening silence. It was actually kind of amazing. At every point. And again, they're jokes because they're not jokes that like 9 to 12-year-olds would get probably.
Yeah,
but also they're not.
There's a prostitute joke.
Yeah,
there's a testicles joke.
Yeah, so there's jokes that I guess are for parents taking their kids to the movie. But they're not jokes that people who like jokes would enjoy. I think they're jokes for people who are just exhausted, right? And they're like, oh, that was an attempt at a joke. I guess
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I know.
My life is constantly exhausted.
But you'd prefer better jokes.
I prefer better jokes or no jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this callback to the new Keira Knightley is a horologist.
Yeah.
And so there's a joke, there's a confusion, the pirates are confused. Like a horologist whore joke. That's the joke. But it's never explicitly said.
It's a running joke also.
Yeah, and but it's never funny.
And there's also a witch joke where everyone thinks she's a witch because she knows math. And that goes on and on. And
yeah.
Why do they think she's a witch? There's a literal witch in this movie as well.
That's true, yeah.
And nobody gives a shit.
That's true. There's a universe. This is a universe in which real witches exist who can do real magic. And they're like, she knows how to navigate by the stars like we do. She must be a witch. And I guess, I guess the idea is obviously there's a double standard.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but it's weird because David Wenham, who's the British guy in this.
David Wenham is in this.
We got some David Wenhaming about, who I love. He's great.
We forgot about we didn't talk about the Valerian trailer.
Oh no, I've got a question in the.
Okay, right. Okay, edit this out.
It's gone. Forget about it, everybody. I'll just leave a deafening silence
if you could,
to what the movie.
Oh, you know what? If you could do, because I like to think that I make some jokes on this podcast,
Sure.
and that's very generous on my behalf. But if you could edit in like 3 or 4 seconds of deafening silence after a few of them, I feel that would be good. I would enjoy that. Just the sound of escaping air, like. Prior to this is what I'm saying. So you get it.
Okay.
So you get it. Once we get to this point, you're like, oh, I get it. I get the silence now.
Do you think that you don't reckon that'd be weird?
Not for me.
Yeah.
I don't have to listen back
to it, do you? Yeah.
Yeah. Do what you want.
I'll do it. Yeah. I'll listen to it. I'll see if I can make it work. Yeah. So there's a literal.
Also, leave this bit in so I don't seem like an idiot.
Yeah. That'd be amazing. There's a bit where David Wenham thinks that new Keira Knightley is a witch. but then he goes to a literal witch who he's okay with.
Yeah, he hasn't executed her or anything.
Yeah.
He's just keeping her around.
And then you go to her and you drink a weird goo and you can see the future. What does she do again? She tells them where they are. Is that right? She tells them they're going for Poseidon's whatever.
Yeah.
Because
that's the plot of this.
They need to get Poseidon's trident
to rule the seas.
No, because to break all the curses of the ocean.
Yeah, right. But if you get Poseidon's trident, you have ultimate power of the ocean. By that I mean you can point it at people and
swing them about.
like a little water tornado comes out.
Pretty good,
spouse.
isn't it?
It's great.
So good.
It's real good.
You mentioned earlier, if the trident of Poseidon breaks all the curses of the ocean, including the curse that means that Orlando Bloom doesn't have to ferry the dead and wear coral on his face.
Yep.
What happens to the dead?
Wait, which ones?
The people who die. Do they get ferried to the afterlife, or do they?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Or do they just never? Maybe that's what the next movie is about. Nobody can go to the afterlife.
So Davy Jones is back.
Maybe.
Is that why he's back?
No, I was just going to say.
Is that why he's delivering pearls?
No, I'm just going to say like regular people can't die anymore. So they're just horrific zombies.
Well, that sounds
who got gonorrhea or whatever.
Do you think even if this makes $1 billion,
yeah,
which there's a possibility, internationally it'll probably do well.
Yes.
Especially with Salazar's Revenge as the title.
That's right.
But do you think they will make another one of these?
Good question. I don't know.
Surely not. Surely this is it. This was an opportunity to do something new and fresh.
Who was Davy Jones? What was the actor?
Bill Nighy. He's good.
I was going to say, because in this, spoiler alert, in this spoiler section, the entire thing is a spoiler section.
Yeah.
At the end, when they break the trident, which ends all the curses, presumably Davy Jones and all his crew return to normal.
But he's dead. I think.
But maybe every part of that curse is maybe he just, I don't know.
Yeah.
So would you have Bill
Then
Nighy?
why is he back as a...
Because
why is he back as a crab man?
Because that was the dream. What I'm saying is potentially the curse was broken,
Yeah.
so Orlando Bloom escapes from under the water. He doesn't drown for some reason, even though he was very deep underwater when the curse was broken. He became human again, and he was probably like snacking on some kelp underwater because he doesn't need to breathe. He was probably in his captain's quarters eating his kelp.
He had a big lung full of water.
He was cracking open a barnacle to eat. And then, a big lung full of water, because he doesn't, why would you bother holding your breath when you're underwater anymore? And then all of a sudden he turns human again. He doesn't immediately drown for some reason.
Yeah.
He makes it back up to the surface. He goes and he meets Keira Knightley. What I'm saying is I think that potentially Davy Jones turned human again and he showed up at Orlando Bloom's house and snuck the pearls under the thing to be like, I'm back. Why wouldn't he just slit his throat? I don't know.
Are they even... I don't even know if they're enemies anymore, really.
It's a good question.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're building on...
Nostalgia?
No, yeah, I guess so, but they're working on the X-Men movie continuity, which is, if you think back further than the last movie, none of it makes sense.
Yeah.
So just don't think about it.
Don't, and do a horror movie.
So just go, Davy Jones, he looked like a weird monster with a crab hand. He's a bad guy. Maybe they made amends in the last one. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I feel like they sort of did.
Okay,
Or
right.
I don't remember.
No.
Because he was in love with...
Maybe Davy Jones has a son.
It's
Or a daughter. It's
Everybody's
27.
got... Men can have daughters too.
Oh, that's right. It turns out that Jeffrey Rush's
daughter
is
not
the
Keira Knightley.
Not Keira Knightley, okay.
I got a question about that, actually. It's from
Okay.
Joel Allen. Just
I'm
saw
ready.
Pirates. It was okay. But James, how did you feel about the reveal of Barbossa? As a father. Love the show.
Yes.
I thought it was really shoehorned in.
Yeah.
And pointless. And it didn't add anything to the narrative.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I agree with those things.
Yeah. I think Jeffrey Rush is great in these.
Yeah.
Every movie that he's in of these, he's fantastic. And this is no exception.
Yeah.
But that is completely unnecessary.
It did lead to an unnecessary sacrifice, which is always good.
Yeah, love a bit of that. Well, we talked about this directly after the movie ended, or maybe during. But at the end of it...
At the end, so when they get the ruby from the diary and the ruby, and they go to this secret island where you, from the map with them...
This island is the stars.
The island is the stars, and they put the ruby on the thing, and it cracks open the earth, and magic causes the seas to part, and then you can
Walk down.
You can walk down to the bottom of the ocean and find the trident of Poseidon, right? And you've got walls of water on either side.
Yeah. It's a real Moses situation.
Exactly, and Salazar's men cannot go on dry land.
No.
So they can only menace them from inside these walls of water.
Yeah.
But then they break the trident and all the curses are lifted. So these men who are human again can go through the walls of water and appear on the dry land. But then, because the curse, all the magic of the world has been broken by the trident being broken, the walls start to collapse again, like the walls of water start to collapse again. So they're like, we've got to bring down the anchor, we've got to get on the anchor and escape.
That ship would tip right into that.
Oh, absolutely. So they get
it's got an anchor on one side of it. Yeah.
So they're like, we've got to bring down the anchor, we'll get on the anchor, we'll escape before the walls of water collapse. But I'm like, Salazar's men just went out of the walls of water.
Yeah.
Just go back into the walls of water.
Stick your head out and just swim up.
Yeah, then you're in the ocean.
Yeah.
And then you can just swim up.
With your head out.
With your head out, it'll be fine. You can breathe and you
can swim.
And you can swim, but if you're about to get crushed by the walls of water, just bring your head back in.
I completely agree.
Yeah, makes no sense.
But I guess that also explains why Orlando Bloom was able to get out, because the water took a long time to
sure did.
kind of collapse
Yeah.
in. The weird, then they introduced a weird element to the Salazar dead man curse.
Yes.
Just before that final scene.
That he can possess
people. That he can
people.
possess people. He goes, I'm just going to possess Orlando Bloom's son. And they're like, but you'll get trapped in there forever. But he's like, not if I get the trident.
Yeah.
If you can possess somebody, but you get trapped as them forever, good.
Yeah.
That means you can possess somebody and just go and live your life.
Just wait. Yeah, exactly. Just wait for any of the ships that you destroyed.
The hundreds of ships.
And just possess all the crew and then live your life on land.
Yep.
What were you thinking? And then you wouldn't look like Salazar, and then you could just do your revenge on everybody. They wouldn't even know. Good point. This movie's dumb.
Yeah, it is. There's also a wedding in this.
Oh, that's right.
That goes for too long.
Yeah.
So they get marooned on an island,
Yeah.
and everybody knows who Captain Jack is. And one of the guys there forces Captain Jack to marry his sister, his real ugly sister. So he's Captain Jack's
that's
not
funny,
happy
isn't
about
it?
it, and they have to kiss, but it's gross.
Isn't that funny?
And then,
It's funny.
and he's like, "I'm a bedwetter."
Gross people don't deserve love.
They certainly don't.
Yeah.
And it's that recurring joke about him being a bedwetter, because he yells it out then as well. And
Yeah.
no good. Why is that sequence in it? The only thing I thought was relatively interesting in this, in terms of doing something new, there were some undead sharks, and I'm like,
That's right, yeah.
that's fine.
And they keep them as like torpedoes,
Yeah,
which is kind of fun.
ready
Yeah, I
to-
like that.
Ready to bloody go.
I liked that.
Okay, here's a question for you.
I'm ready.
Did you think that young Johnny Depp looked terrific, but then at the end he looked real terrible?
That's a good question. We actually got a letter about that.
Oh, did we?
I'll find the letter.
Okay, so for those who don't know, they have the flashback sequence in this movie.
If you don't know, why are you listening?
Yeah, shut
I mean,
up.
you can. I mean, this is a good recap. This is the very best recap of this film if you have no intention of seeing it. So it's a good point, actually.
You're in good hands.
Yeah.
But basically, it flashes back to Salazar,
Mm-hmm.
who was a bad bloke because he was killing all the pirates, which I think makes him a good bloke. But hey, who am I to say?
Yeah, but what's the morality in this universe, you know?
Good point.
This is a universe where pirates are cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but really, they murder and rape their way across the sea.
Yeah, but they're
That's what
cool.
They do. Yeah.
I saw somebody tweeted, it was a page from, I think it was a Disney, I don't know if it was a Pirates of the Caribbean, it was a kid's book about pirates.
Yeah.
And there were all these kids as pirates, and it said, remember, a good pirate never takes something that doesn't belong to them.
That's literally
the opposite of what they do, right? Yeah.
What would they do then? If they didn't do that?
I don't know.
Is it just the rapes?
Just, yeah, exactly, yeah. Yep.
God.
Just that and sailing.
But also, all the pirates in this universe are bad except Captain Jack, who's kind of morally ambiguous but mostly good. They're all terrible.
But he ruins a lot of lives.
He
That's the
ruins
thing.
so many
lives.
lives.
He ruined that marriage of the bank manager and the bank manager's wife, presumably. I mean, they were still together afterwards when they went to his hanging.
Yeah, were they though?
But potentially, I reckon the bank manager was like, listen, we'll just get through this hanging, and look, we'll have a chat about it, and we'll have a hanging, and then I think things will be okay. But if he escapes, you are on thin ice.
You're dead.
Yeah, right? But then he escaped, so...
Yeah, boy, did he.
Yeah. This is from Will on the Gmail, weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com. Can the Pirates film crew please hire the Guardian de-aging department to redo the young Captain Jack Sparrow? It was not good, mate.
I feel like it was initially good, and then towards the end, it was when he was talking, it was
I
not
think the
good.
talking through it.
Yeah.
Like if he sounded a little younger, but that was just his regular cap. I mean, it was less,
Yeah.
So that was Johnny Depp and they de-aged him.
Yes.
Okay. That wasn't another actor.
No.
I thought on first appearance of that character, I'm like, oh, that's a young actor, and they've given
really?
him the raccoon eyes.
Yeah,
and
I guess you probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably get away with that. Are we never going to get someone cast young anymore, except for Nathan Drake?
Nathan
Is
Drake,
everyone
right.
just getting de-aged forever?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm
Yeah.
okay with it. But no, it looked real wonky to me. And then it's like, and this is how Captain Jack got his hat. This is how Captain Jack got his sword.
Yeah,
This is
right.
how Captain Jack got his compass. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, true.
Who cares about any of this? I hate this guy also. I don't want to know anything about him.
You know what?
The less I know about this guy, the better.
When you say who cares, I disagree, but like when you see like a not a Jack Sparrow, but like a Keith Richards. You know, they've always got the rings and they've got the they've got the necklace and they've got the shirt and the leather jacket and all that sort of stuff. And you're like, I'm intrigued by these people because I'm like, what's the story behind that? What's the story behind that? Like,
I don't think any of that means anything. I think it's all posing.
No, I reckon for a lot of people it is. Like, I think people in the wake of like a Keith Richards.
Right,
But I
yeah.
reckon Keith Richards, it's like, I got this jacket from a bar fighter, beat up a guy.
That's probably true.
So
actually,
I like the idea of those characters of like, I got this, I was in Cuba and this guy gave me a ring and, all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But I hate the idea that he defeated a bunch of guys in, like, Captain Jack Sparrow defeated a guy in one battle and they gave him all his stuff.
Yeah.
Like, here's all you, and he's just been wearing the same hat and rings and sword and whatever for 20 years or whatever. You know what I mean?
I completely agree.
Like, it would make sense if you acquired them through a lifetime of pirating.
You want a movie for each item.
Yeah, I want a movie for each item, but the idea that he just sort of went to, it's like he went to Kmart and he just bought a series of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he walked down the aisle with one of those shallow shopping carts and
Yeah.
just fucking
Here's some
knocked everything
rings
into
and
it.
here's
Yeah.
some dreadlock rings and
Yeah.
here's some.
I feel like when you see those people in real life, it's too much of everything. It's too many hats or bandanas
Yeah,
or
right.
the glasses or whatever and tattoos and everything. You're just a boring person. You're just a boring person compensating.
I reckon you can very readily tell who's a poser and
Yes,
who's lived a life.
well, that is true. Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely. We have not lived.
No.
But we wear so many rings.
That's true.
Do you wear any rings?
No, what if we were ring guys?
I've got one.
You go, well, yeah, we get it. You've got one.
I'm a married man,
Yeah,
Mason.
alright,
There's
geez.
nothing wrong with that. This is
Yeah.
my grandfather's ring, actually.
Huh.
I had to dig him up.
Did you beat him in a bar? I was going to say you beat him in a bar fight
No,
for
he
it.
died before I was born.
Wow.
But I got the ring because we have
Yeah.
the same name.
Huh.
Yeah, so there you go.
Well, not the same ring size.
No, I had to get it right. I have skinny,
You've got a big bit
skinny
of
fingers.
you got a big bit of tissue paper in there. You've got some wadded up Kleenex.
No,
in
he
there.
had farmer's hands. He was
Yeah, right.
he was a real person.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Okay.
We talked enough about this movie.
I
Yet?
think so. It's not good.
No.
It's worst movie ever. I think if you like these though,
Yep.
if you like these movies, I think you'll probably like this. Like if you're not sick of them, this is more of that.
Are you saying this is a movie for the fans? Which
Yes.
is because when people say the fans,
I know
they mean,
we talked about this
yeah,
last week, but
people who are completely uncritical of anything.
no, I just think if like there are universes that I am a fan of,
Yeah, right.
that might not be necessarily
Yeah.
for everybody, and I can see why. Like there's more Captain Jack, there's more frolicking about, and there are jokes.
Yeah.
I can see how if you're a fan of this franchise, this isn't really any better or worse than the other ones, or
Yeah.
it is.
I don't know. Like I feel the previous ones had more exciting action set pieces, but maybe that's just because I'm burnt. I've seen
You've
a
seen
few of them
everything,
before,
yeah.
so I don't know. Like, but again, like the bank robbery scene's pretty fun.
Yeah, I quite like that. Yeah,
so.
it's ripped straight from Fast and Furious.
Oh, right. Okay. Gotcha.
Dragon a Vault, mate.
Yeah, Dragon of Vault. I get it. Did they drag a bank as well?
No,
they just
didn't.
evolved.
They
See,
just-
there
yeah,
you
good
go.
point, actually.
Yeah, fresh take.
This was their opportunity
Yep.
to prove the rule right, which has never been proven right. That the fifth movie
Yes.
is it's only happened once with the Fast and Furious. No other fifth movie has ever been good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe Freddy versus Jason, if that's the fifth movie.
It is
or
not.
if that movie's good.
That's like the 29th movie of those.
Great. Got some tweets here.
I'm ready.
This is from Sexy Matt.
Hello.
Pirates 5 wasn't perfect, but it was a lot of fun and a good romp. I know Mason likes a good romp.
I do like
there
a
were some
romp.
rompish elements.
There were some rompish elements.
Yeah. This is from Beach.
Mm-hmm.
The original trilogy had more memorable characters than Dead Man Tell No Tales. Salazar was cool. These other new guys,
Fair enough.
This is from Gary.
But do you think initially, like the first Pirates movie, would you have gone Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley? They're a bit
Yes.
because they haven't developed their characters yet.
No. Well, that's probably true.
Mm.
But also, I don't think they were really interesting in any of those movies.
No, that's true.
So there's a bit in the end of the first one where Orlando Bloom turns up to rescue Jack Sparrow, and he's got a big feather in his hat.
That's right.
He looks ridiculous.
Yeah. There's more character development. You know, there's the guy, the second love interest, like in the love triangle in the first one. He's that British guy.
Oh, yeah, I like
First
him,
British
yeah.
guy. And he eventually, like, he loses his command and then he becomes a pirate.
But then
Like,
he comes back.
Yeah, that's kind
Norrington.
of... Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he did a thing.
That was a good character arc, but Orlando Bloom doesn't have one. He just one day puts a feather in his hat.
No, because he wants to kill pirates, but then he realizes his dad was a pirate.
That's
that was
right.
his arc, and then he was the ocean.
Yeah.
Or he was. Oh.
Yeah.
What do we got here? This is from Gary. Pirates, worst movie ever. Depp's performance was awful. I think the film would be better without him. Brutal. I think there's room for this universe. You could do other pirate adventures.
How do you replace him, though?
You just someone different.
Right, but they'd have to be different and interesting.
Yes. So what MASH used to do, right? The
Oh,
TV
here we
show
go.
MASH, which I'm a big fan of. Whenever a character left, so when Trapper left,
Yes.
who was a kind of a womanizing kind of drunk or whatever,
Yeah.
they replaced him with a family man. They went the opposite.
Okay,
so
right.
what's the opposite of Johnny Depp?
Yeah, okay.
Someone clean? I don't know.
No, maybe I guess you'd have to replace him with somebody who doesn't want to be a pirate. And
Right.
Who's thrown into it. That would work, I think.
Okay, sure.
Because then, maybe there's no more magic in this universe or whatever, but imagine like somebody who doesn't want, like you get the bank manager. you get like a young, what you do is you get the bank teller who didn't want to be, who like, we see in flashback that the bank teller accidentally let Johnny Depp into the vault.
Yeah.
And so he gets fired and he gets turfed out. And he's like, well, what do I do now? And then he gets like knocked on the head and wakes up on a pirate ship and then he has to be a pirate.
He has to be a pirate.
And he doesn't want to be a pirate, but then he learns to be a pirate.
Who do you cast?
Johnny Depp.
He's got the range.
Johnny Depp, when he was in that what was that movie where he was an accountant and he wore glasses?
Nick of Time?
Nick of Time. You cast Nick of Time era Johnny Depp.
There's going to have to be some de-aging there.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
You cast Tom Holland.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
He was in a boat movie before. He was in that...
Ghost Ship?
No, he was in that Moby Dick but it was real.
Oh.
I didn't see it. The Ron Howard one. Heart of the Sea.
Ron Howard's Moby Dick, but for real?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
This is from Total Coverage. Pirates of the Caribbean and Bourne movies all suffer from which is the one where syndrome.
Yeah,
No
they
way
do.
of knowing.
Yeah.
There you go. What fun, Mason.
That is fun.
What a fun week. Next week is Wonder Woman. Come back for
Yeah,
that.
good.
Hopefully it's better in every way.
Look, regardless of what happens, it'll be something to talk about.
I
won't it?
think so.
Yeah.
Absolutely it will. I'm
If you
looking
could send me
forward
like
to it.
after you watch it,
Yeah.
could you send me a one-word text?
Okay.
Just whatever you feel. The first word that comes in your head after the movie, send me one word.
But it might be unrelated. I might be like cabbage.
That's fine.
I could send
That's
you the
fine.
word cabbage.
If you're distracted enough that you can say cabbage, then I'll take it.
Good. I don't think Wonder Woman's going to be groundbreaking. I just think it's going to be solid.
Yeah.
Which I think is absolutely fine. Not every movie has to be
That's true.
the greatest movie ever made. Yeah. All right. What's next? What are we reading?
Yeah, what are we gonna read? Our famous segment.
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? What you reading?
Oh, I finally caught up on American Gods.
Oh, you watched them
Real
all?
good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's real
Now,
good.
if you weren't familiar with the source material, would you be like, what's happening?
You would, but that's also how you feel when you read the book.
Ah.
So the storyline plays out basically exactly more or less the same as it does in the book. So you meet some characters and mysterious stuff happens and you're like, what's going on?
Gotcha, yeah.
So it's a while before it's revealed what's actually happening in this universe. So it's kind of the same.
Okay.
It's an all-star cast.
Yes, it is.
You got all sorts
Ian McShane from
Yep.
Pirates 4.
the guy playing Shadow.
Don't know his name.
Yep. But those guys are great. Like, I had some trepidation because I really loved the book
Yeah.
at the time. And I'm like, are they going to ruin this? But like, the two main characters are exactly how I imagined them in the
Oh,
book.
really? Okay.
Some of the characters have been changed a little bit. So there's a character called Technical Boy who represents like modern technology and the internet.
Sure.
And when it came out, he was more like a mum's basement hacker kind of guy.
Right, yeah.
But now he's more like a YouTube star.
Oh.
So he's like you now.
I am a star, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. He looks a lot like Dave Warnocky.
Oh, really?
friend from Dig On.
Excellent, yeah.
So he's more like a
Isn't YouTube star gross? Isn't that gross?
It is gross,
Like it's a
yeah.
gross thing to
Yeah.
be or to be
yeah.
called.
Yeah. And so in the TV series Shadow's wife has died, played by Emily Browning.
Yes.
But she's got more of a role in this.
Australia's
she's
own.
Yeah, it's real good.
Okay.
It's great. It's pretty graphic at times.
Yep.
But it's I'm enjoying it.
You're enjoying
Looking
it.
forward
Okay.
to
Well, I definitely didn't hate it, so I should definitely also go back to it.
Yeah.
I
Also, Gillian Anderson is playing.
Oh, she's in it. I didn't know that.
She's playing. From what we can tell, she's playing she represents celebrity. I
Right.
think the god of celebrity.
Yeah.
And so far she's appeared as Lucille Ball.
Ah.
It's great. She's going to appear as Ziggy Stardust. David Bowie's
Really?
Ziggy Stardust.
So in this universe, the god of whoever this is all these different people.
No, she just appears as them.
Okay.
She appears. She's attempting to sort of pass a message along to Shadow, and so initially he's in like a Walmart or like a Costco,
Yeah.
and she appears as Lucille Ball on
Right,
the TV
okay.
and starts talking to him. And
Okay.
so I think she's going to appear as various celebrities. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping she appears as Dana Scully at one point.
Oh,
That'll
that'll
be very
incredible.
good, right?
What network is this on?
This is on Stars.
So
So the home
You'd have
party
to do
down.
like a knockoff. You couldn't do
Yeah,
a direct.
I mean, you couldn't-
could definitely do a homage.
Look, I think if you put her in the
Yeah.
pantsuit and you gave her like a badge and you gave her the bob from
Yeah,
the 90s.
it's fine.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
100%.
That'd be great.
I agree. I made my way through 13 Reasons Why, the Netflix series.
How'd that go?
Look, it's not for me.
Right.
Like it's a kind of a massively over dramatized version of high school where it deals with youth suicide and the perils of high school and
Right.
bullying and
Okay.
and the way rumors can go wrong and whatever. I think if I'd have been that age, I think I would have loved it, and I still enjoyed it. But I think it has it's got a pretty good message about, hey, don't be a dick to each other. And
Doesn't it also seem,
high-
and I haven't watched it, but I read an I say I read an article. I'm sure I skimmed the title of an article
Sure,
that was
yeah.
in a tweet that seems to suggest that it's cool to kill yourself.
no, not real. I wouldn't say. There is a bit of kind of, because she creates this kind of.
Because she's in the afterlife. Is that
No,
is that
she has a series of tapes that people listen to, and then they kind of relive her life.
Oh, but
through
she's
that.
definitely dead.
She's definitely dead.
Okay, good.
But no, but
Not that it's good she's dead.
The way-
it's good they're not implying you
Yes.
can kill yourself and then it's a noble thing to do or whatever.
and the actual, for I guess minor spoilers, where you see her kill herself, and it is brutal.
Ooh.
Like it's very difficult to watch.
Okay.
Like it's not that part of it. I would say, yeah, that it's definitely dramatized.
Yes.
Like on the whole, like it's obviously not a real kind of high school
Yeah, right.
kind of situation, but you can see, everyone has been to school. You can definitely recognize the elements that are going on there. Yeah, but remember, school doesn't last forever, and
It's very true.
everybody who had a great time at high school is probably an asshole. No, that's not true. That's actually, but if you see people who were cool in high school and they're the same. Like
Yeah,
they
right.
they never got past that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, that's the last thing you want to be. Just go and leave school and just do some other stuff.
Sure.
Meet some other people.
Okay, I will. I haven't yet, but I think I will. You've inspired me to do something after high school now.
I also tried to watch War Machine with Brad Pitt on Netflix. You know that? It's like
Yeah.
it's just,
What is it again?
he's the guy who's trying to end the bloody war in Iraq.
Is it a wacky romp like
Sort
War
of,
Dogs?
yeah. It's not sort of. It's just, I just turned it off. It's just fine.
Is it one of those ones where it's like, profiting from war's bad, we're telling you that, but then they're just like making it rain on
No,
yachts
it's not
and
really.
stuff?
It's more kind of like he's a stickler for the rules, and this is how you're going to withdraw the
Okay,
troops,
right.
and it's all politics and whatever. And I feel like there's a good idea in there, and it's an interesting story, but I just don't think it's super well executed.
Okay, right.
So it's, yeah, no, I don't know whether I'll go back to it, but I just wish it was a little bit better.
Ooh.
Also, you were going to mention before the show, you told me.
Oh,
Auntie
yeah, hang on,
Donna.
I was going to... Oh, yeah, there we go. I
Yeah.
let us theme ready to go.
Ah.
Our friends at Auntie Donna,
Yeah.
Auntie Donna Podcast, great sketch group, Auntie Donna.
.com.
They are... is it?
I don't know.
Maybe don't go there. They're touring the Americas, Canada and the US.
Yes.
And they're great. You will love seeing them live. If you're in New York, Boston, Chicago, Toronto, Vancouver, Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Austin, or Los Angeles, they are touring your town. So check them out.
I will.
Next few weeks, I think.
Next
so.
few weeks.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
It's probably auntiedonna.com.
It is.
It's got to
I
be,
just
right?
checked, it is.
Okay, right.
It's not
yeah.
auntiedonnapodcast.com. I checked both.
Okay, nice.
So
Check them out. They're very funny guys.
Yep.
They do a podcast that's on Planet Broadcasting Network.
Correct.
And you should listen to that as well because they're real good.
They're funny
Yeah.
men.
But they don't do the podcast live. They do live sketch comedy.
yes,
Yeah,
very-
to be clear.
and it's bizarre because it feels improv, but it feels loose, but it's clearly very well structured and
They
timed,
work
but
very, very hard to make the dumbest jokes in the world.
and it works. It really
Yeah.
works. They're great. Mason, it is letters. It is time for letters.
Time for letters? Time for letters.
The classic one was letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away. Hang on, they're here right now. We're gonna do letters.
We should also mention we've got some more Caravan of Garbage coming up.
Oh, that's right, we
by
do.
Ben and or Matt, or
Yeah.
sometimes me. Yesterday's one, by the time this comes out, will be the Pirates of the Caribbean video
Very
game.
nice.
And it's a lot of fun. Spoiler alert, maybe we fight a snake.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. But so we're trying to do one of those a week.
Yeah, right.
That's the idea. And yeah, it's come. John, who does the 8-bit trailers, he does the 8-bit animations of us talking and that. So
Isn't it weird we have 8-bit animations
very
of us?
bizarre, but he's great.
Isn't it weird any of this is happening?
It certainly is, Mason.
Yeah.
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 Okay. But no, so that'll be linked below. And that's so if you want a little bit of extra Weekly Planet stuff, then people always say, do 2 shows. This is sort of that, I guess. Go and
Yep.
watch us yell at a video game for 20 minutes or whatever logo's for. This is from Perry Ritter. For someone who's never seen the Alien movies, what's the best order to watch them in? # Weekly Planet Pod. If you do that on Twitter, then we'll get your question and read it
Good
out.
question. Alien, Aliens, rest go in the bin.
You don't think you could then go Prometheus Covenant?
Are they worth watching?
Yeah, maybe.
No, that's not a very strong recommendation, is it?
No, yeah.
No.
Definitely Aliens. I think each one of them is interesting in their own way. I find 3 really interesting because it's of what could have been, and 4's mad.
Yeah, look, I think you should watch Alien and Aliens and the rest. And if you are still, that still grabs you. You can watch the rest, but to assume that the continuity works on any level
Or that
is incorrect.
Or that the other ones top those first 2 in any way. Yeah. I mean, Prometheus looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And Covenant looks good. What about AVP? Do those as well? We can skip them.
Look, I like AVP too, but
I know you.
Yeah, I do.
You're a big dickhead. Got a letter there, Mason, in the
no,
Gmail?
still looking.
Okay. How about this one?
Okay.
This is from... Oh, that was from Perry Ritter, if I didn't say that. # Weekly Planet Prom. # Weekly Planet Pod.
Weekly Planet Prom. We're going to do it, guys. The official Weekly Planet Prom.
Get your corsages, rent your limos. Here we go. Get your bucket of pig's blood.
That's right.
This is from Toby Falconer. Have you guys... I went to Hillsville Sanctuary recently. There was a falcon show. It was fucking crazy, man. It was the best thing I've ever seen. The falcon was swooping in and out.
Yep.
So good. I didn't think I'd care, but I cared a lot about it. Have you guys seen the Valerian trailer? Thoughts? Maybe a movie to actually see in 3D. He didn't. That's not a question.
I don't want to see it in 3D.
Well, you'll have to. It's a 3D experience,
I'm
Mason.
not going to. I'm going to find
And
a 2D
the
screening.
text that said to see it in 3D was also in 3D.
Jeez!
And if we're going to go to a screening of this, which we might, depending on what company this comes out of, I don't remember, then it will be in 3D. Anyway, what do you think of that movie?
Valerian, the movie.
Yeah.
Looks wild.
Doesn't
I'm
it?
excited to see it. I don't know if it's going to be good.
But...
Do you think the visual, if it's not good, do you think the visuals are going to compensate for it not being good?
Oh, that's not enough for me.
Yeah, I agree
anymore.
also, yeah.
But,
yeah. I think if the story is not good, and if I can't buy that these characters are operating in something like a real world,
Yeah.
I'm going to be bored out of my mind.
That's very possible. But no, it looks... I don't know. I think the special effects look incredible. Oh, the budget is 197 million euro.
That seems like a lot.
Holy shit. It does look very expensive though, doesn't it? Because watching this trailer, I'm like, are these all the best, fanciest shots? But maybe not.
Maybe not,
it's
yeah.
just all that. No, I like the cast. The cast seems okay. It's obviously Luc Besson who did Fifth Element, and it'd be good to see him kind of return to that kind of wacky sci-fi world. But no, I'm very much looking forward to this. There's a good chance it'll like John Carter it, but hey, some things do John Carter it. Like Jupiter Ascending, which was either before or after John Carter. What's next?
I'm still looking for letters.
Still looking for letters.
There's so many letters. A lot of people ask because we realized a couple of weeks ago that you can actually, when somebody sends you an email through the Gmail app, you can provide them with, you've got 3 canned response options.
Yes.
So some people have just said, hang on. So Mark Garnett has emailed. He said his letter's entitled Canned Response. Give me one. But that doesn't provide enough context to get a canned response.
So you have to ask a question or say
you have
a
to
thing.
have you have to have some substance in there. So
There you bloody go.
Indwin has said likes our podcast a lot. It always makes me laugh. Helps me understand some of the things my boyfriend talks about. I assume comic book movie related, but maybe just in life.
Maybe.
Maybe she's like, Oh, my boyfriend said that incredibly dumb thing. Like those guys say dumb things. I get why he's so dumb now. Also, could I get the sure thing response?
Is that an option?
No, I've got thanks for the feedback. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you for your support.
I'm glad you liked it. Do that one.
I'm going to do thanks for the feedback.
Okay.
Thanks for the feedback.
God, that is the most generic thing you could send to somebody.
Yeah, it
isn't
is.
Yeah.
Nice. There we go. Thank you, Indwin.
Yeah. This is from, I got a letter here because I've just dipped into the Gmail just now.
Oh, yeah.
It's from Ami Yamoto. She says, hey guys, thanks for entertaining me every week, the pods and vids. After seeing him in Suicide Squad, do you think Jai Courtney could be good if in Mad Max, if Tom Hardy left the role? P.S. Can I be the official CGI character of the podcast? She has a YouTube channel.
Yes.
And it's like vlogs and things like that, except she takes footage of herself and makes a CGI version of herself.
She's got a little avatar here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay. I don't know how she does
She's
it.
a YouTube star.
She's a YouTube star.
Everybody should check her out then.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, I've just always been impressed with that because I have no idea how it works. And also, they're entertaining as well. So, two things I don't understand.
Yes.
But no, do you think Jai Courtney could be a good Mad Max?
Yes.
I genuinely think he could, yeah. Because I've seen him be good.
Right.
And Mad Max also doesn't really need any personality. He just needs to be able to run across the top of a big oil tanker and swing on a chain or whatever. So no, absolutely. Do you hate Jai Courtney?
No, I love him.
Okay, good.
Yeah. It's only one or the other. You can only love him or hate him.
Very true.
I'm still looking for a letter.
God, Mason, take forever. But don't literally take forever, obviously. How is there not one entertaining letter, Mason?
They're so good, that's the problem.
So they're all so good, so you can't pick one.
So many good. Oh, this is a good one. This
Yep.
is from Cyrus Feldman. His buddy and he just went and saw the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. He'd say best movie ever.
All right.
His one problem was that there was a guy in the cinema that kept singing along with every song.
No.
Whether it was a song juxtaposed with a quiet character-building moment or a heart-throbbing action scene, this man kept singing along like he was in his own private karaoke section.
Unacceptable.
My question to you all is, what's the most distracting experience you've had in a movie cinema? How about that?
Ah, good question. Okay. I don't know. Well, do you have one? I'd have to think about it.
No, I also didn't have one. I was hoping to throw you under the bus there.
One I can remember when I saw Deep Impact at a birthday party.
Yes.
At school, there was a
wait. This has got a lot of levels.
It was.
You're at a school watching a movie for someone's birthday.
It's a birthday party for a guy from school. We went and saw Deep Impact.
Oh, I see. That makes more sense.
Which
right.
isn't fun in any way.
Okay, right.
As a movie, but there was some kids up the back who were like talking the whole time. And making really terrible jokes. I remember one joke specifically. There's a bit where the ocean floods New York and you see the Statue of Liberty's head go past and a kid yells out, that's my head. And all these friends laugh.
That's very good.
And at the end,
very good.
And at the end, a mum got up and yelled at him. It's like,
nice.
You've ruined this for everybody and whatever. And look, they were being assholes. But I don't have any qualms. If someone's really like arcing up, I'll tell someone to shut up.
Wow.
I don't care. But I find it less and less now, though. Maybe it's because we do screenings sometimes.
And no, but I think it's also assigned seating.
Yeah, that probably
because people are like, I think people think that we can track them down by their seat number now.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Like I could go to the box office and be like, those children tell me who they were. Give me their card details.
Yeah. But I think actually, Rogue One was very distracting because there were some women behind me who thought K2SO was I talked about this when we saw it. Yeah. It was the funniest thing that's ever happened. And he's not that funny.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, so that was very distracting.
Yeah.
But also I can't be like, shut up because you're enjoying this too much. So
that's true,
if someone's doing something unrelated, that's different, I guess.
That is actually, I can't think of a specific one, but there have been movies where people are just, maybe it was Deadpool. That makes a lot of sense. Where people are just enjoying it so much. And I'm just like...
This is unrelated, but I don't like it when you go see the theater.
Yes.
And whenever a song finishes, or even before it has, there's that one person who stands up just before everybody else to show them that they enjoyed it on that level, just a bit above everybody else.
Yeah, right.
I do not care for that. Yeah.
What was that movie?
Batman.
No. It was a movie about climbing mountains, and there are people trapped on a mountain.
Vertical Limit. We saw that together.
We saw that together, and that movie was so bad that
everybody was heckling.
Everybody in the cinema was heckling, and it actually brought us all together.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, that's a funny movie. Yeah,
it's not.
No, it's not supposed to be.
And we can't go back because it'll just be a dull, bad movie.
Yeah,
that's
Stu was there.
Yeah, I remember Stu.
Remember that. He's dead now.
It's not true.
No, I think he just had a
not
kid,
true.
actually.
Yeah, it's as close to being dead as you can
Yeah,
get without being
don't
dead.
I bloody know it. This is
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that should come back.
okay.
Yeah.
But I think it's okay if you go to like a screening of a bad movie. I think that's completely acceptable. Maybe
Yeah.
there should be that. Do you hear one cinema, I can't remember where, was talking about bringing in, you could text in that theater?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so...
Are you for or against it?
Look, if there's a session that if they want to waste money on running a session for people who want to text,
right.
I don't care.
I think that's a slippery slope. I think if people go, I'm allowed to text, I'm also going to take phone calls and make phone calls.
Yeah.
And Snapchat.
That's-
I reckon people would, in that cinema, people would snap. Because you give them an inch, they'll take them off.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I find I'm not super distracted by a lot of stuff that happens in movie theaters, but in like live events. I went to a comedy gig once where a person was on stage as a series of characters, so they couldn't break character, and there was a person dead center, front row, texting.
Not cool.
Not cool at all.
Yeah.
Like, so the glow was lighting up, and this woman was on stage, and couldn't break character because it was all a series of pre-written bits.
Yeah.
Going like, what am I doing? Why am I? Yeah.
So the whole time, just
The
texting.
whole time.
Just leave.
Yeah, just leave. Exactly.
Fair enough.
I've also seen people come in like 35 minutes into a 50-minute show.
Oh, really?
What are you doing?
Into a comedy show?
Yeah.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, they get made fun of?
Sometimes.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you've got a trick for dealing with if a comedian picks on you, you just give them nothing. Like one-word responses.
No,
Or you'll go along with it because, you know...
Yeah, just be... Here's a tip. But a lot of people are afraid to sit in the front row of a comedy show because
Yeah.
they're afraid the comedian will pick on them. Here's all you have to do. Be honest. Answer quickly.
Right, yeah.
That's all you have to do, right?
Yeah.
If you stumble, if they're like, what's your name? And you're like, John. They'll be like, oh, John, is it a fake? Did you give me a fake name? Kind of
Right.
thing. And they'll hammer you. But if you're just like John, they're like, okay, what do you do? Work in an office. Okay, cool. They'll just move on.
Okay,
Just, they're like,
so if you show any weakness, they'll
they'll
destroy it.
pounce.
If you're there on a first date or something.
yeah, that's right. Just roll with
absolutely.
it. It's fine. Just tell them that. It's fine. All they want to do
Yeah.
is segue into their pre-prepared material. So just roll with it for 30 seconds and they'll leave you alone.
I got heckled by Dylan Moran once.
Oh.
Not heckled, but you know Dylan Moran. He was in Black Books. He's
Yes.
a great comedian. I went and saw him, and I was with Claire, my wife,
Oh, yes.
and I turned my phone off. I'm like, give me your phone and I'll turn it off. And as I turned it off, he saw it. And he went into like a 10-minute tirade of people spend too much time on their phones and this and that. And I'm like, I was trying to do the right thing.
Did you tell him that or did you just...
No, it was, what am I going to do? Explain myself.
Yes, Yellow
Yeah.
was turning it off.
But also, I should have turned it off before I got in there, which I did. Anyway.
Wow.
Whatever. Anyway, I like him a lot. I watched Black Books again recently. It's real good.
It is good.
Yeah. It's from Giuseppe.
Hello.
Do you think people are going to get The Rock fatigue soon? Please tell me. Please tell the dog he's a dickhead. She's a dickhead.
He's a dickhead. I think they will. I hope we don't. How many movies does he do a year?
50.
It feels like that, doesn't it?
4 maybe? 3 or 4?
That's too many.
3? 4? Like too many, like I've said.
I don't know. Like when you think of like stars of yesteryear,
Sure.
like
Tom
a Charlie
Cruises.
Chaplin.
Yeah. yeah.
I went back a bit further. How many
little
movies
bit.
did they make a year? Probably tons.
1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there was no effort put into them.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, as long as he's
That's not true.
See, that's the thing. Like, I think The Rock 100% puts into every movie he does.
He does, yeah.
So unless he's got heretofore undiscovered depths that maybe he's at 50% now.
He could be.
What if he gramps it right up to 100%?
What if he's only what if he's 50% as big as he really could potentially be?
That's right. Yeah.
He could double in size. Incredible. But I think everything that I love or used to love, I've burnt out on. And I think this is going to go for people who listen to this show as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Eventually,
yeah. We'll churn through some people.
No, if you haven't already, yeah, you burn out on things that you love. For example, you remember Zero Punctuation?
Oh,
He
yeah,
still
remember
does
those
it.
guys.
He's great.
He inspired you to start YouTubing.
He absolutely did. He was one of the guys that I thought, oh yeah, people could do this.
I could steal that
You just
animation
say-
style.
Yeah, you can just say whatever.
Yeah.
But and I still like him and I still check in occasionally, but I would religiously every week go back. So I think that's just one example. You burn out on everything, I think, eventually, especially if you overdo it. That's why when people go, oh, listen, I went back and I listened to all 100 and whatever episodes of our show. I'm like, oh, that's probably shouldn't do that. Yeah. Got any more letters or are we going to call this a bloody...
Let's call it letters.
Let's call it a letters.
Let's call it letters.
All right, good. That's the show for this week.
That's the show. We did it.
What do you want to say?
Let's see. We're at Weekly Planet Pod on Facebook and Gmail and Twitter and Bandcamp.
Yep.
I'm at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter.
I'm at Mr. Sunday Movies.
Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all our themes.
There's a few things we should do. We should do the Suicide Squad commentary this week.
We should do the Q&A for
should
the
do the
charity because those our listeners, the Weekly Wackadoos, raised tens of thousands of dollars for charity, so we probably should do that Q&A.
That should be enough for them, don't you think? That they're
Yeah, I
helping
think so.
somebody?
Yeah, I
Why do
think-
we have to contribute to this?
That's a really good point.
Horseshit.
Yeah.
No, I've got a lot going on at the moment. I won't,
All
I won't
right, we get
into
it.
I'm not talking about my...
We've all got a lot going on, mate, all right?
I just mean this, we'll get to those things as soon as we can.
Yep.
What else?
Let's see, if you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/MrSundayMovies.
Correcto.
We've also got an Amazon affiliate link if you'd like to go there and buy all the other, however many Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Don't
Check
do
them all
it.
out, marathon them all.
Don't
Let
do
us know
it.
what happened to your life. You can. There's a link in the episode description. You click through, just buy what you're going to buy anyway, and we get a kickback
We
somehow.
get a massive kick.
Thank you everybody for listening.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody who sends in a nice art.
Yeah.
Send in an art. Isn't it crazy that people will send in an art?
I love an art.
Me too.
You a big fan?
Thanks to everybody who sends in like a hot tip or like a news article.
Got any hot tips lately?
I've got some hot tips that I'll share with you off air.
Oh, really?
There's a couple of hot tips in there.
Can you
but
not say them on the podcast?
Can't say them on the podcast.
Because they're spoiler?
I'll
or?
vet them. No, because they're like insider.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll vet them with you, and then we'll say them next week.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Hot tips there.
they're not that hot, if I'm honest.
Okay, good.
They're lukewarm tips, if anything.
Oh, very
What
good.
else? What else do we say? There's some tea. We got some teas on TeePublic. Our
Yep.
logo t-shirts are back. If you want to
They're
buy
back,
one, just go to
baby.
teepublic.com and you type Weekly Planet. They'll be in there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's it.
Next week, Wonder Woman. Go out and see it if you're interested.
Yeah, because we'll do non-spoilers then spoilers.
Yep. As we should normally do.
As
didn't
we normally
today.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's after that? What happens the week after that? Something.
I
big.
think it's The Mummy.
Yeah, it is The Mummy.
There's a bunch
There
of
we go.
stuff coming up in a row. So I know people also get sick of seeing movies every week because they're like, "Can you do a regular show?" This
Yes.
is the period of time where there's like 5 weeks in a row where it's just movies.
It's just
that came
it's
out, yeah.
blockbuster season.
And then we struggle with topics.
Then if you could tell you what, if you want to send us some topics, if you want us
Yeah.
to do a topic, we've got a backlog. But if you want to send,
yeah.
if you think of a fun topic, let us know now, and we'll get to it.
And yeah, maybe
We'll get to it.
we'll get. I do have a
Maybe.
list somewhere. Yeah. All right. Everybody have a good week.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye. This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates. I mean, if you want. It's up to you.